no doink. What the hell?
I know, right? It's like getting robbed or something.
We are getting robbed. No doink.
Doink.
Hey, everybody. CC, what's going on? Now that we're here, finally. Sorry. Oh, my microphone's on. Watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now it's off.
Oh, my speaker's on. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. So wasn't mine. I do it every week. You would think I would know by now.
I had it all jammed over to the side.
Yeah, it's all good. ASKS Hugo and DS. Hey, Outdoor. What the hell was I just gonna say, Dish?
Hello?
I think you were going to say hi to Outdoor Channel, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, hey, Outdoor. Big baby sip. And my friend DSW Outdoors. And all the silent people watching. I'm not making fun. I'm just.
Right,
You guys know I am.
Mr. Will Hornbuckle.
Mr. Hornbuckle. You're home. Are you home or you at work?
Hello, Michigander.
Yep. Will, you at home or you at work, brother? Hi, Uncle Cal.
Uncle Cal.
How are you? Alright, so listen, it's Friday night, right? And I was just saying to these guys,
Hey.
I had the weeks from hell, long hours, yada 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 with FedEx and all that, and I couldn't. This frickin' day, this night couldn't come quicker. I mean, I raced through work tonight, and I'm like, and I just wanted to get home,
Yeah.
just so I can say, 72-hour retrieval. You know. But so, what are you guys up to? Anything good?
No. I am now, but I wasn't, so yeah.
Give him the short version.
Give me some kind of a version.
Yeah. Just been hanging out, playing with chickens, playing with guinea pigs.
They must be getting big.
They are getting big, lots of feathers.
That's cool.
Yeah. Playing outside, that kind of stuff.
The Red Wings lost.
Uh-oh.
Who'd they lose to? I'm not watching hockey because my team ain't in it, so I'm boycotting hockey.
There you go.
Aw.
Boycotting it. My team ain't in it. I'll watch the 7th game of the World Series. That's about it.
Yeah. How come the Bruins aren't in it?
Because they suck the shit.
Oh, damn.
Well, it says Tampon Bay.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm pretty jacked up. This is like day one of a 9-day vacation.
Oh, you scum.
And still making money.
Well, that's awesome, though. Being on vacation is the balls.
Yep.
Until about my 3rd day into it, and then I'm pulling my hair out of my face. And I'm like, can I go back to work, please?
My chore list is long, but it's me, myself, and I, so I think I might go out, and I got all those bunch of sticks in my yard from that big blow we had a month or two ago. So I think I'm going to make me a big old bonfire one night. And just sit out by the bonfire and maybe make some hot chocolate.
Bonfires are cool.
I'll send you pictures, city girl.
Especially when they're...
Yeah.
Steve talking about a bonfire.
City girl. Hi, Shell.
Mikey said hi. She said hi. Hi.
How was Jamie time the other night, by the way?
It was really slow. Like hardly no commenters. It was extremely slow.
Really?
But we had an awesome time. We did. We all laughed our asses off. We had a really good time. Yep.
Yep. I think
Hey,
Dishy peed a little.
Wow, hang on one sec, guys. Hello,
Right.
I'm on at 135. How are ya? Thanks for coming. Gear Griden 19. How are ya? And Mike has spotted a horse.
Hey,
How
Mike.
have you been?
A good hello to you, SKS.
All right, Outdoor. Good night.
Night. What do they call?
Wait,
They call him Aiden. Is that what they call him?
Who?
I think so.
That outdoor channel
Oh,
kid. I think they call him Aiden. I could be wrong.
I don't know. But, yeah, so how cool was that, right? I got, when I was saying to you earlier, just that, car carrier did all that for me,
Right on.
And this place it just amazes me. The people around here. Hey, Gary Larson, how are you? Will, I sent you. Will, I sent you. I'm sorry, honey. Will, I sent you a link. I know you're still watching the game and that, but you can still watch the game. Turn the volume down.
Right.
Besides, they're losing anyway. Sorry, brother. And Stump, because you decided you wanted to go to bed because you're tired. Listen, Stump, that one's for you, all right? Okay?
Right on.
I'm going to do that every fucking chat now just because you did it to me every fucking chat.
I'd hold up both of them. Next time, Mikey.
Hey, NH, you at work? What do you want to do? Yeah, I'll just send it to you anyway. That way there you can have it when you...
NH.
Just watched a couple of your videos there, NH, and I see you know that because I got 2 comments back. So never mind.
I will watch them tomorrow because I haven't watched a freaking video in a week. I feel bad because TR invited me to his chat. I couldn't. I was just out.
Right.
And then one night I got home. They were just going off the air when I got home. And I'm like, oh, peach pie and vanilla ice cream. Oh, UConn Man was on tonight? God. I missed UConn Man.
Hey, Sandy.
Sandy. Oh. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Not next Friday night. Okay. Because she's home. The following Friday night.
Right.
The Friday night Quagmire / Friday night, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's going to be ladies only.
Ladies only.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm on at 135, Sandy, of course, Dish, Michelle, Truth Freeze. Who else said they'd come?
Let's see. What does she call herself? Something Blue Girl or no? Not
Blues
her.
Girl. Blues Girl 65.
Right.
And I want to get all you guys, ladies, I should say, sorry. You know what I meant, all right?
You people.
You people. You people.
You people.
Gales.
With your JJs.
So, I was thinking, and have a girls' night.
Awesome.
Where's the friggin' remote? I'm getting tired of listening to this friggin' TV show. And I'm too lazy to get up and get it.
Telekinesis.
Cece, Mindy,
Patriot.
Mindy Patriot Angel? I don't know. She might.
I don't know if that's who he's talking about.
Hey, Teresa. What's up?
Teresa. Teresa with
right.
an S.
All right, NH. If you get home and we're still here, I sent you the link anyway, so.
Right.
Holy crap.
Mike, will you be wearing pumps in honor of the occasion? Sweetheart, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll wear anything you want. I'll put some lipstick on. Oh, we got enough of them.
Might need a hockey mask.
Right? Oh, you'll be home at 2:30? Yeah, we'll probably be sleeping by then.
Right on. Like a baby.
Why not? I'll find a pair. I don't know if I have a pair of pumps that big. Well, not that I have a big foot, but it's only like, a size 10 or something. Guys 10.
Mm-hmm.
With a purple dress. I can do that.
Here.
Oh, Lord.
In order a dish, I can do that. Oh, you don't want to see my hairy chest, Teresa. It's all gray. Hang on. Yeah, most of it.
2 sweaters.
No, I'm not. I'm not a bear.
Yeah, that's Cece.
I know a guy that he could. You know those places that they give you hair that like the locks of love.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy could give his finger hair. He's got hair down his knuckles.
Yeah, my 7th grade math teacher was that way. It was like, damn. It was all the way down to his,
Yeah. Hey, I'm on it. I'll tell you what. I'll wear nothing backwards if you wear something backwards. How's that? Why? CC, hey, I think ladies ought to be cool, don't you?
Right.
Because I'm just going to do this. Because I ain't going to wear it in edgewise. Right. All right, NH. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Night.
Night. Work.
I gotta go. I want to go fishing, and I might go fishing Sunday. Apparently, I have 2 family parties to deal with tomorrow.
Oh.
Joy.
Surprise!
That's all right. But anyway, Sandy, are you still here, sweetheart? Would you be interested in coming on?
What is that little chime I keep getting in my headphones?
The what?
That was NH saying that he was still at work.
Yeah. I sent NH a link, and he sent us a text back letting us know why he couldn't be here.
Oh, that's the dink.
Yep.
I believe that was the tone.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Hey, I'm on it. Listen, you're looking at somebody that I don't judge. I could give 2 shits. You know what I'm saying? What I mean. All right. Come on, please.
Fish. You now got fishing on ladies' night.
No, not that we can talk. We don't have to talk fishing. We'll just let them talk whatever they want. All right. Come on, I'm gonna be on here with a bunch of women. You actually think I can have a word in edgewise to begin with? But They can win anything they want.
Mikey.
You'd just be sitting back and smiling.
Hey, Budget.
Hey, Budget.
Well, two of us fish. I don't know about the other ladies.
I will, Teresa. Thank you for popping in.
See you, Teresa. Spelt with an S, said with a Z.
Spelt with an S, pronounced with a Z.
Yeah. Actually, Steve was telling me about that, and that
sounds like it hurt.
bad.
That sounds like it hurts.
Yeah, I even forgot to ask. I hope she didn't land on anything bad.
I know you do, Budge. I know you do, Budget.
Hopefully she didn't like just fall through. Hopefully it was a slow motion thing, you know.
Well, it hurts. I've seen guys. We were doing this guy's attic over, and he went through.
Not good. That's gonna leave, you know, just a really big hole.
Instantly, I get a flashback to Christmas Vacation.
You're exactly.
Right.
Now the raccoon actually has a place to come down into the house.
Yeah. Get some fresh vittles out of the fridge.
Oh, no doubt. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Bruised and batters. I hope she heals quick. Tell her we said sorry.
Tell her Steve said sorry. Don't talk for all of us, Steve.
Sandy must have left, or she stepped away from the computer. But I want to make sure all the girls know they're invited.
Right on, right on.
Do I hear a bird?
I heard one.
Oh, those the chickens?
That was actually the guinea pigs.
Oh.
Yeah.
She getting pregnant again?
Yeah, I think so.
For Pete's sakes.
Well, not actually right now. No, that was the two girls. They saw Michelle get up, so they start talking. In hopes of food. There's Sandy.
I kind of like that tone.
You're right.
Except for I keep wanting to get off the elevator.
Oh, that's all right, Sandy. I don't mind you jumping back and forth. Obviously, hello. Would you be interested, Sandy, if I have what I want to do is not next Friday night, the Friday after. I want to try to have a girls' night. So it's going to be an all-girl panel with the exception of myself. And apparently, a couple of people are asking me if I would dress up as a girl. I could possibly get away with doing that. But, you know.
I'm on it's already trying to bail out Mikey. This doesn't look good.
Huh?
I'm on it's trying to bail out already.
Oh, she ain't bailing out. I'm not gonna let that happen. Hey, Scott Douglas, how are you? Good to see you.
Maybe you can get Bird Dog on there, right?
Oh, I can get Bird Dog, get Shell. I'll get him.
Right. Hey, Scott. Longer time no see.
Oh my gosh, Cece. He said he was right next to his daughter when she started falling through. Her eyes opened up like chicken eggs, I bet.
Yeah.
I hear you, Sandy. It's no big deal. And I was just wanting to make sure that you knew you had an invite. You know what I mean? That's all. And I totally understand that, sweetheart. I totally understand some of those days. I'm with you. Okay. I just want you to know that, you know, you're invited. Okay. Greg has tried to help via phone. Tech challenge.
What kind of Greg are you talking about? Nine Toes Greg? Or
You're not talking Nine Toes, I hope.
You're not talking Nine Toes, because that might be a problem right there.
Yeah, Gary, that'd be funny. Gary, you know what would be worse than my wife showing up early home from work and me being dressed up as a chick? Me being on a panel full of chicks.
Make sure you call us honey.
You know what my next video would be after that? And Anybody got a couch?
No, it was 9 toes. Well, there you go. I'm on it. Yeah. Should have asked Michelle.
You better keep your video camera right beside you, because if you do get busted, I would love to see the look on her face.
I'm on it. Just an FYI, the man couldn't save his own toes. No.
Okay.
No, totally different. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try, and we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Should be fun. I guarantee you I'll be sitting right here watching, for Pete's sakes.
You know, maybe I'll even maybe the title will be something like Mike in the Harem, or Mike in his Harem, or
The second crucifixion of Mike.
you know. Hey, conservative
I'm
living.
sorry.
Go ahead, honey.
No, I'm sorry. Hey, Living.
Hey, Living, how you doing? That's way too much for me to type in like 3 minutes.
Just call him conservative.
He cracks me up.
No, Scott, I don't have one of your barber buddies, because you know why? You never sent me one. I remember you were gonna, and then the shit hit the fan or something. Yeah. Really, I'm on it? Come on.
I'm on it.
You're just being way too polite.
I don't know what kind of computer issues you're having. I'm
Neither
on
do
it.
I. Hey, I'm on it. There's somebody else that it's a computer genius around here, around these parts, and that's hang on, Iridium.
Right.
Iridium. There's numbers in there, Dish.
242.
242. You can ask Michelle. He's helped Michelle a few times, so.
Right.
No, Scotty. All right, Scotty, I'll PM you in a little while, and I'll do that.
That was weird.
So yeah, but anyways.
There's a generic.
Right? No, because it was like 4 things in my head I wanted to say, and they're all going trying to come out at the same time. I'm like, what? That ain't gonna sound right. You know. But at any rate, see, that's the whole problem. See, I sat, and now my mind's just racing. You know?
Keep your lower third on there, Steve.
It's kind of like I got a squirrel or a chick
Right.
in the hamster cage, and then they got off because they were getting dizzy, and the hamster cage is still spinning.
Right on.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Steve got his lower third to work. Are you proud?
yeah, good boy.
Yeah, I did it exactly like I've done it 100 times before. Now it works.
Yeah, I'll do a review, Scotty. Let me see it. Say something.
Say something like what?
Say something so I can see so I can see your thing. Talk.
I'm talking, brother. Am I still little?
Oh, you got Perry the Platypus over there.
Yes, dang it.
It's a beaver.
It's a beaver.
It's a beaver.
I think it looks awesome. I love the little guy.
It looks good.
It looks
good.
like Stevie.
I still think you're whipped. For a single guy, you're whipped. Michelle tells you to change your icon, you change an icon. And what do you change it to? You change your name, change the name. And then you say, And then you changed it to the name that she nicknamed you, Stalker Steve. So I don't know what's going on. But now, I'm not picking on Shell, because let me tell you something. Shell is awesome, and you guys all know that that's how I feel. But if Shell told me to change my name and my icon, I would very nicely, of course, tell Shell that ain't going to happen. Maybe because Steve's new or what have you, he didn't want to piss her off. But see, what the problem with doing that is now you are whipped. She owns your ass.
That's right. And I couldn't think of a better mistress.
Dear Stalker Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on. You got my address? What you talking about?
See, I'm already getting comments on there, Mike.
About?
My lower third.
What, that's sweet? I think he was talking about how you listen to Michelle. I don't think he was talking about
I'm taking it as a compliment on my lower third. I don't care what you say.
Thanks,
There
CC.
you
Just
go.
try not to get me in trouble, buddy.
Stuff I take for girls.
No, she does. Michelle does an excellent job. She's made me quite a few of them. Where she finds the time to do that shit is beyond me.
Yeah.
It don't take her very long.
But I'm telling you, she should do that shit for a living. I'm telling you.
I know it.
Right
But
on.
she's good with the computers and the graphics and all that stuff, and her ideas, you know, the designing and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
She's really good with that stuff. Anyway. So what are we doing? It's the weekend. What are we doing? Anybody have plans? What's going on?
I will be out turkey scouting my butt off,
Good.
trying to find some good setups to get it on video. Maybe a little mushroom hunting.
Ooh.
Yeah, yummy.
Shrooms? You eat shrooms? Is that what
Sir.
happened to you?
Just yeah.
No.
Oh, the
Come on,
legal
Alan.
kind. Oh, the legal kind. Okay.
Yeah,
You have,
semi-legal.
you have to see if you can find some ramps.
I'm not used to people eating shrooms that are legal.
Yeah, the only ones I go after are the ones I absolutely know. So, pretty much morels, that's it.
Oh, they're so good. They're buttery and
Meaty.
groovy.
Grooving on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, that's cool. I'm on a son just flew in from Cali.
Awesome.
Awesome. At least he's back home. At least he's back where the earth ain't gonna move under his feet. But I will tell you, it has that bullshit. Cannon corned beef and cabbage. Nice.
Making me drool.
One of my favorite meals there, budget, is corned beef and cabbage.
Right on.
Oh,
Anyhow,
muskrat trapping. Cool. Right on, Gary.
Last year I found some beautiful button mushrooms, and just to make sure I picked one and brought it home, looked it up in the book. Turned out it was one of the most deadliest mushrooms out there.
Nice.
I'm like,
This is why I
great.
don't. And you know, not for nothing. And I'm not knocking before anybody jumps all over my crap here. I know that there's wild edible books out there like this thick,
Right.
and it's all like, you know, laminated and colored and all that, so you can see detail what they look like, and that's awesome. But has anybody ever read one of those books?
I know.
Because I'm going to tell you something. It shows, not everywhere, it shows a picture of a leaf of, name something. I don't even know the name of the plant. Name it, right? And then the good one, right? Then the next one over is the bad one.
Yeah.
You know, it's so minute, the difference, and it can kill you. You know what? I'm good. I'm good with wild edibles.
That's what happened to that young
Yeah.
cat up in Alaska living by himself.
Yeah, he ate those
I
mushrooms
almost-
and died.
Yep.
Chris, what's his name? Go ahead, Jess. Tell me who it was.
I was just gonna say, I'm sorry, I was just gonna say that I almost ate some of those, the chicken of the woods mushrooms, and I'm like 100% sure that's what it was, but I thought I'll just leave it this time. So, but
Yeah, they're supposed to be one of the better ones, but I've never hunted for them. I stick with morels. Morels, there is no mistake. You know, there's a few that look like a morel, but there's like major differences. This poison one I brought home looked just like a beautiful button mushroom. The only difference was a little teeny piece of skirt down at the very bottom.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, really?
And that's my thing. So I'm with Gary Larson. He says he'd probably only go with somebody experienced. Me too, 10 times over. And Budget said fungus is a touchy subject to begin with, and he's 100% right. Because I personally love, the regular mushrooms that you buy at the store. Love them, all of them. Portobellas, the regular, whatever the hell they're called, the white ones, whatever. I don't even know if they have a name, but all I know is they're white. I love those so bad that my youngest daughter and I, one night, my wife bought a tub of them, like huge tub of them, right? And all of a sudden I hear poke, poke, poke. It's my youngest daughter getting a mushroom. I go, what do you got? She goes, nothing. I'm like, what are you eating? She goes, nothing. I'm like, of course you are. What are you eating? She goes, oh, I had a mushroom. I said, good. Now bring it all over here and bring the ranch salad dressing with you.
I love button mushrooms too.
George, you want to come and say hi?
G.I.
There he is.
Pink,
do you have
pink,
time?
Pink. Hey, Stuart.
Hooey.
That meal sounded excellent, Cece, until you added vegetables to the gravy. I'm sorry. Vegetables on the side would have been awesome.
All right, Georgie. Clueless study. A guy in Alaska ate the seeds of an edible plant. Not good. He shot himself to death. No. The guy, Chris, you mean? The one that died in the bus?
Right on. That's the guy I was talking about.
I don't think he ate seeds. He ate...
No.
It was a little teeny plant.
Yeah, he ate a plant.
Did another guy die in the bus?
Oh, there's been plenty of people that died. But the only one they made a movie out of was the kid Chris that died in bus 251 or whatever.
Yeah, but he actually starved to death.
Yeah. Well, the plant makes you starve to death. It was really weird.
But here's my thing.
Okay.
He was a woodsman, right?
Yeah.
How do you starve, honey? Seriously. Now look I'm not criticizing the dead. Right. I'm not poking fun. I'm not saying he's this or that. Just asking a question.
Well, I know that he went there extremely ill-equipped.
Oh, he was. Oh, that's right. Well, the movie doesn't do the book.
No.
I mean,
right. I read the book first, and then I watched the movie. But he couldn't get back across the river for one thing because it was too high. When he did try to leave, he couldn't. He couldn't do it. And he shot a moose and killed it with his .22 rifle, but the meat rotted. He didn't know how to
smoke
hang it up. Yeah, he didn't know how to do that. So he ended up crying because he wasted all that meat.
But okay, let me throw this in. Now I don't know if this would work, so I'm just asking the question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. True or false? Isn't like 80% of that state permafrost?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you guys know I'm no genius, but if you have permafrost, that means it's cold, right?
Right on.
Why couldn't he dig a fucking hole in the ground?
That's all he needed to do.
It would have been a nice idea.
Put brush or something over so the animals won't, you know what I mean?
Smoking some of it too. I mean, that would have really helped. I mean,
anybody can smoke meat.
Exactly.
And you know what? I don't care what anybody says. You don't need. Everybody I see on YouTube, they build these beautiful smoke huts. You know, they build beautiful smoke houses or whatever the hell you want to call them. Some of them are little huts because they're little. Some of them big, huge houses. I get all that. You don't need all that. He could have used branches as racks. He could have hung the meat over, built himself a fire, used some kind of decent wood to smoke it with, right? And did it that way. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, that guy in Alaska that does his fish, all he has is a roof over it.
Right on.
He don't have no sides on it.
Exactly. Well, he was straight up. He was just straight up stupid, though. I mean, he wouldn't even had boots if the truck driver that dropped him off hadn't given him a pair of boots. He gave away all of his shit and just decided to walk out into the wilderness. I mean, duh.
Well, that's just. Well, I don't want to. Again, I can't make fun of the dead. That's really not right.
Right, but I'll do it for you, Mikey. I'm okay with it.
Go, girl.
Yeah. If he haunts me, I'll just bitch slap him. Because I mean, come on.
Well. Dish, above all, everybody around me knows how much I want to go to Alaska. Okay?
Right now, yeah.
Now, I do not claim to be the woodsman of, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
Okay? I don't even play one on TV. But there's no way in hell I'm going to spend a night in the woods, whether it's Alaska, whether it's Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, I don't give a shit where it is, without everything I need.
I know, right? Exactly.
And that's with somebody that knows what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
Me and working class Muslim, we go somewhere. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he knows. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm still not gonna be in the proper equipment.
Yeah. Well, he thought he was invincible, though. I mean, he
Knife,
left
axe, cover.
Exactly. I mean, he was.
You know
just...
what's his name? Well, what's his name say it? David Canterbury, the 10 C's.
The 10
I know it
C's.
started with 5.
The 5 C's.
But he made it 10. But listen,
sustainability.
No, but seriously though, Dish, right?
Right.
A lot of people pick on him for that, but think about it. He's right in what he said. You know what I mean?
They
So
just pick on him because
you bring in cover, you bring in a combustible, you bring in all that stuff.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's only to have a shot, by the way. That doesn't guarantee you.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's in most places, Mikey. We're talking about Alaska.
Right.
Alaska. You know, don't be stupid in Alaska because you're going to die.
And Budget said that he may not have had the tools to do the permafrost, and it does vary. The permafrost varies. I didn't know that he... I forgot. I shouldn't say I forgot, but I didn't realize that he totally went out there with, But
Yeah,
still, you can take bark. And,
Bach, I love it.
And peel it down, wet it, right? And use it, and he could have tied something to whatever and dug with it, dig with a frickin' sharp edge rock, do something.
Right.
Oh yeah, he could have
Well,
even
even
For God's
taken.
sakes, the cavemen in the what's that word begins with an A? Neanderthals. They all lived.
Neanderthals, yeah.
Right.
They all did it. So guess what?
Well,
It's possible to do it.
He could have
However-
taken part of the bus and used it as a shovel. I mean, there's tons of shit he could have done, but. Oh my God.
I got the feeling from that movie he was kind of suicidal, me. Anyhow.
Well, you definitely.
Yeah, Gary, he was. Well, Gary, let me say this. Gary, let me say it this way. Prior to him going into the woods of Alaska, he was stable. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend you spend X amount of time by yourself out in the woods, and if you YouTube, go on the search engine to YouTube and type in Hermit of Maine. They arrested a guy. All right, Mr. T.
Hey, Tolly.
All right, brother. I hear that. I know you're what, every other Friday or something like that, right? So, but I just, always, you just know that your invite's always here, bro. All right, and sleep tight and enjoy.
That is the first time I think I've actually seen Mr. Tolley come through.
Oh, he's a great guy.
I hear a lot
He's
about him.
Awesome man.
I
He
just
is
subbed you, Tolley.
Smart as a whip, and but he's a great guy. You should go check his channel out if you haven't done so.
I will. No, I
Um,
just subbed him.
No, Budget, listen, I'm with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I understand he's not stable if he gives his shirt away and all the stuff away. I get that. I truly think that he thought that he could walk in there with nothing and survive, just to come out and say, I walked in with nothing and came out and survived. That's arrogance, along with a whole ton of friggin' stupidity involved in it.
Right.
I feel bad. A lot of me really feels bad for that kid.
Right.
But there's a part of me, I just like to smack him upside the top of the head and say, what the hell are you thinking?
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, he did make a mistake there, Stuart.
he lived all through in places. Alaska, that was his thing to do, and he did it really stupid.
Yeah. I have to rewatch that movie. It was pretty good. I haven't seen it in a long time.
No, I watched the documentary. I watched all the.
Right, me too.
I just don't get it. I mean, if I know, in other words, I guess I look at it this way: if I know my limitations, and again, I'm not, but if I know my limitations, especially out in the woods, how could you think that's gonna? You're in freaking Alaska, where, and again, the only thing I'm gonna equate Alaska to near me would be like Mount Washington in New Hampshire, all right, or northern part of Maine, where the weather gets minus 40, minus 30.
Right.
You need a cabin for that. You ain't staying in a top with no long fire when it's minus fucking 30. I don't care who you are.
Right.
Okay, I don't care what Dave Canterbury told you. I don't care what the other two zipperheads told you. All right. Goddamn cold weather.
Right. Exactly.
And even when it was nice in the spring, it's still cold at night there. I don't know. I do, like I said, I feel bad. But, we had this discussion on the last chat that I was with Wyndham Woodcraft and Daryl and a bunch of other guys were on it. And they were talking about how, well, one of the things I typed into the thing was, I don't like how these survival shows really work, because like they send you out there, right, like Joe, whatever his name is, and the other guy there that took over for Canterbury and Mr. I Don't Wear Shoes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
The hippie desert guy.
That one.
What they should always show prior to everything is that, there's a film crew with them. They already know what they're doing. It's not like some producers say, well, if you do this, da 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 da. All right, so they're not going out. They're not going out in the woods not knowing a thing. They know everything, pretty much. Okay.
Cody or
the-
something, I think.
Cody Lundin. The perception of what they're saying is that, well, yeah, you can get lost and you can use this and you can use. That's if you find it.
Right.
Right, yeah.
If you come across those items that your producers put there for you. You know what I'm saying?
The
Exactly.
best one of them shows that I liked was Survivor Man.
I love that show.
That was
Mine too.
pretty close. You know, he actually used to take like 2 or 3 weeks to recover from when he would do a shoot, just to get all his stuff back.
Well, he
you
had
know.
to walk 83,000 miles because he used what, 3 or 4 cameras. So he had
Right,
to
and
walk
back and forth,
to get
back and
everything.
forth. Yeah,
Les Stroud, yeah, Les
Les
Stroud.
Stroud, yeah.
Yeah.
he's got a book out too. I got it. It's pretty good. But at least
I
he's
used-
realistic, you know.
Who got his girlfriend killed?
Timothy Treadwell.
Who?
The guy that Timothy Treadwell, he lived with bears. He brought his girlfriend up there, and they got torn to pieces.
That poor
Yeah.
bastard. No, him I felt bad for.
Yeah.
The rich guy.
Him
You
I
can-
felt bad.
You can
Blonde-headed
walk right
guy,
up
right?
and scratch their ears.
Blonde-headed guy, right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah.
yeah, that's him.
Living with the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
Not very.
They found her, not him, right? Or they found pieces of him.
They found pieces of both of
both.
them.
Both.
Yeah.
And there was a recording of them actually getting mauled to death, but they wouldn't, obviously let us hear it. But
Right.
I guess people
Well-
obviously did listen to it, and it was terrible.
Well, do you guys... Again, you go to the YouTube search thing box.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy that used to live with wolves.
Sure.
And he became like the alpha male. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah. And
Gary.
and they he would actually take the heart. All right. And he would have to boil it first, right? And then he'd take pieces out and he'd eat it in front of him.
Oh, jeez.
You know. And then something happened, and something he had to leave the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And something personal in his life happened, and then he
Mhm.
came back. But that's cool. I don't know if I could work with bears, but wolves, I would do it with the wolves.
Yeah,
Right.
that movie they made years ago was one of my favorite movies forever. They dropped that research guy off, and he ended up living with the wolves.
Never Cry Wolf.
Couldn't tell you, but that sounds
Yeah,
right.
it is. I watched it about 18 times, so yeah, that's what it is.
Huh.
He lived off of field mice and shit like that.
Right, stirring
Yep,
him up
that
in his
one.
little beaker. Yummy.
But yeah, I definitely do it with the wolves. Well, like that show that Joe Robinet, whatever the hell his name is, was on. Carl Craven was on it. What's his name? What's his name from Massachusetts was on it. Alone. Did you guys watch that? They put like 7 of them up in Vancouver Island somewhere.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, it was a TV show.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it.
Oh, I
And,
haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, Carl Craven was on it. Like I said, Joe Robin A. Bushcraft was on it. I know I'm probably mispronouncing that, so I do apologize. Somebody else from Dave Canterbury School was on it. He was the first one to tap out.
Oh, that doesn't say much, does it?
Yeah, but there was like four or five people, 4 or 5 guys from YouTube were on it.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Thank you, budget. And Carl Craven, I sent him a personal note afterwards, and but you're out there, okay, and you have to deal with mountain lions and wolves, okay, and bears, and they're all 10 of them are YouTube survivors. I'm sorry. Thank you, budget. I apologize. I just didn't recognize the other guys. And I still don't know who won because I didn't see it. I didn't see the end.
What was it called again? I'd like to see that.
And guess what?
What?
None of them had a weapon.
No.
You know what they gave them?
What?
Bear spray.
Bear spray.
Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
I wouldn't go in there with that.
Are you kidding me?
Unless they were in a national park, and then I still would have had one someplace.
And I'm like, and these bears are going right up to these guys' tents and stuff. Not tent, well, whatever. Top
Right.
tent, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, hell, no. Ain't happening.
Oh,
There's,
Groovy said Mitch was in it too. Mitch.
yeah,
was cool.
Mitch. Yeah, he's from Bellingham, Mass. What is his nature? What is his
Native survival.
native survival? Is his YouTube name?
Right. He has smoked more wild plants than anybody in the world.
Mitch? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, I just why go there without the again?
Well, it's because the network wanted to see some tragedy. It sells, you know.
But I'll tell you though, that's what's his name lost his fire steel. His fire his oh Jesus Christ! It's Friday. Can't you tell I can't think?
That's okay, Mikey.
His ferro rod.
Yeah, you could say
So-
Sparky thingy.
Bill lost his ferro rod. So he had
Just
no
saying.
fire. He built a
Just
canoe and
saying, yeah.
everything
Right?
Right.
out of brush or whatever. But bullshit. You don't have friggin' weapons to fight off.
Right.
And here's another thing I want to know. All right? While I'm on a roll here,
TV.
what am I missing?
I was just playing with Stevie.
So here's another thing I want to know. I want to know why, when you are out in the woods, and there's, you know, especially when you're in Alaska, you got brown and black bear to worry about, right?
Right.
You have everything else under the sun to worry about, right? None of these people are making. All right, fine. We all know they have a knife. Big deal. You want to get close enough to a bear with a knife? I don't.
No.
Don't.
Sorry.
30, not even 30 hours is close enough for me. I'm done with that bullshit. It's like that show we were just talking about, right? With the 10 guys, and Carl Craven and all them.
Right.
The TV show, I meant to ask the guys. I haven't asked any of them yet. But I want to know, did anybody make a spear? Or 2 or 3?
Right on.
Something that's 8 feet long, 7 feet long, 6 feet long. Do you have just a... Granted, it's 6 feet, and 6 feet's not a great distance. I get all that. But something...
Pokey.
I don't know. Just me.
I don't think the network would have allowed it because they'd be afraid of protesters and ratings and this, that, and the other, you know. Maybe
I know.
when they weren't on camera, they might have let them do better things.
No, budget. I'm aware of that. I know they can run. My point is what was I watching? Oh, I want to give you the name of the show because I don't want to fuck it up. Fuck. Anyway, I don't know the name of it. I forget the name of the show. All right, but this guy found a nail somewhere, and
Mhm.
he embedded it into, he with his knife he shaved on this piece of wood, embedded it into the wood, then he burnt it and did all whatever. Then he tied it on there, whole 9 yards. So now he has a spike, and he actually poked a. They estimated, of course, a 350-pound black bear. Now, granted, a 350-pound black bear is not a fucking 900-pound grizzly. Well aware. However, a 350-pound black bear will kill you.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay, and he poked that thing in the nose with that spike at the end of the stick, and the thing never would be seen again. Now, the people that are doing the show, some bear expert guy said that a bear nose is like wicked bass sensitive, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a bear guy. So my thought process says if you can get him in the nose or whatever, even if you throw something at him from a distance, that maybe they'll go away, or it will go away. But
Right on, Budget. I'll look that up. He says you can find Alone on YouTube.
yeah, we hunt him up. We hunt we hunt bear down here with a bow too, Gary.
Well, they say a grizzly bear will attack you to get you out of its area or to protect its cubs.
Well, yeah.
But usually when a black bear attacks you, it is thinking of you as food. So it's
Well,
usually more lethal.
but you're more apt to get attacked by a grizzly than you are a black bear.
I think they're, yeah, I think they're more temperamental.
Black bears don't want nothing to do with you, and I'm living proof of that.
Right.
No, I'm not getting into the bear story. For those who haven't heard, I'm not doing it again. Unless you separate between, if there's two cubs over here and the mother's directly across over here and you're in the middle, there's going to be an issue. And you're right. They have the recorded black bear deaths. But again, there's people missing. I mean, are they being eaten?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean, Groove? But at least you have a shot.
They still say a grizzly bear will chew on you and eventually leave you alone. The black bear will sit there and literally eat you. Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Don't have your pockets full of candy bar. Stuart says.
Let stuff come out of it, Dish.
Yeah. It could happen. Hey, Pennsylvania.
Right on. Right, hey, Kentucky. Pens, what's going on? Right. I guess Shark Week, they said the same thing with a shark.
I have that every week, Mikey, or every month. I mean, I'm sorry. It won't kill you.
No, they said on Shark Week that if you're in the water, to hit the what? You're laughing at me again. Okay.
No, just I live through that every month, so I know what it's like. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Mr. William Woodcraft, how the hell are you, sir? Did your computer part come in? I'll send you a link.
There you go. Pennsylvania agrees with me.
What?
About the black bears eating you.
No, I know. But I don't like any of them, so I'm.
Really? Crunch, crunch. No thanks.
No, I had my one thing with a bear, so I'm good.
I had a bear bark at me once, and it just scared me to death.
That was a big dog.
No, it was a bear.
Come on, that was.
I don't know
That
what
was
it's
a black
called.
chow.
it was more of a woof
Black
on the
chow.
bark.
That was a black chow. Come
That
on.
was a black chow.
But a lot of them do though. A lot of them, like the one I saw, he, we both ran together. He went one way, I ran the other way.
Right. See ya.
I didn't think that a person my age and size and unathletical, I'm not so athletically inclined body
Right
could move as quick as it did.
Up and over the tree limbs and
Let me tell you. I did everything wrong too.
Yeah.
I did everything wrong.
yeah, isn't that amazing how you realize that after you screw up?
Oh, dude, let me tell you the funny part. Okay, you ready? I'm hunting, which means what?
Sneaking.
I have a
Being quiet.
weapon with me, and I ran.
Well, you probably didn't have a license, and you were trying to be a
No,
law-abiding
I had a
citizen.
license. No, I had a license.
Mike, you're digging yourself a deeper hole. I gave you an out, buddy. I can't do no more.
Wow.
Yes, I did. Jay Watt. It's right here. Right there.
Oh, the one that barked at me, I was up north hunting, and I forgot what I was doing. And I was just going on a little quickie bow hunt, it was my first night up there. So I grabbed my little recurve and climbed up this stump that was about 10 feet in this little opening in all these real thick black pines.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a little field. And right up above me, I heard crunch, crunch, and then everything got quiet. And then, man, that thing let out that woof or growl or whatever you call it. And it's like, yeah, I'm climbing right down and going back to the truck. See ya.
Yep. The other thing I never knew that they do a when you hunt them, they do the death cry.
Right.
I was never aware of that. Chris, I sent you one anyway, buddy. Bear killer. Yeah. More like fucking mouse killer. Well, you're a nothing killer now. But anyway,
Can't even kill a fish.
you gotta go out to do that. But actually, I live in the woods. You don't even kill fish, for Christ's sakes. How much trouble am I in yet?
None, I love it.
Oh. Michelle, can you hear me?
No, I got my earbuds in.
Go fishing somewhere, will you? Go fish and do something.
I need to. Right, Bob? CC.
Right on, I'm on it. You're the death moan, right? No, Jay White, I'm only breaking your nuts. This is the one that Double K car carrier sent me. Was very nice and generous enough to send me because he felt bad because you losers were not just kidding. Because there's some losers. I mean, some bad people. Some people picking on me.
Right?
No,
Bastards. They hate Buzz.
no. Double K car carrier was nice enough and generous enough to send that to me in the mail. I did a thing like on here last week on it, on the chat. But yeah, hey Fuzz, what's going on? Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. So Steve, I ran from a bear with a shotgun with five rounds in it and more in my pocket.
That's all right.
Hey,
No, it's
Timber
not really.
Wookie.
It's
We all have our
embarrassing.
moments.
Timber
I've done-
Wookie.
Okay. This must be Michigan night. We should just have a Michigan night.
We should.
Hey, sweet! Except for Dish couldn't be on it. That's a bummer.
Hey!
That bitch moved.
I was born there.
So what? I was really so what?
Michigan Timber, I just subbed you so I can get some more Michigan people in my ever-growing list. Holy smokes.
Let me tell you something. There's plenty of people on here from Michigan. I wish my buddy. I hope he's doing well. John the M.I. Woodsman.
Right.
He's another Michigander. Daryl's a Michigander. The Wook.
You know, I was really surprised when I was down south in Louisiana and out in Texas, I ran into a lot of people from Michigan. It's like we spread out and then we come back.
You guys have blue and white license plates?
Yeah. Well, we got multi-choice ones now.
Well, the one I saw today was blue and white.
Right.
That's the old one. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, really? Hey, speaking of, oh, really? Oh, awesome. Mr. Wyndham Woodcraft, I haven't been on a chat with you in a year. How are you, brother?
He's muted.
You muted. Did I
Am I
mute?
coming through now?
There you
There we
are.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my my daughter's laptop because mine's out of commission. So.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I just watched that video
Oh yeah,
before I came on here.
yeah. I felt like I should give a shout out because there was a few people that I've been talking to recently. I was gonna film some VRs this weekend and do some outing video type stuff and
Yeah.
I can't post. I can't edit. I can't take footage from a camera and put it on my computer and edit it and then put it online.
Well, do me a favor, will you? When you read my comment, read it to yourself. At least the first part of it. My question, rather.
Oh, too late, Mikey.
Oh. I mean, I don't mind sharing it, but I
Kind of
hope
funny.
you guys-
And that's the kind of the bummer about the computer dying is we did that question and answer video. We did it on Tuesday night,
Oh, really?
and then I went to post it on Wednesday, and that's when I realized my computer was on the fritz.
Oh.
So yeah, that was a good one. Only my wife and I got it. The kids had absolutely no idea what the
Right.
hell you
I
were
was going to
talking
say the kids probably didn't know.
about.
I asked, so, Dish, me being me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Wyndham Woodcraft does this question and answer thing. Like I said, and by the way, brother, I watched the Fat Man did his. I missed Daryl's. I'm like, damn it. And I'm like, I was gonna do that. And then you popped. That's a good idea to do that, though.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. So he has a video out. Question. He's gonna do a question and answer thing. Okay. Asking a question obviously within reason. And So, what was my question? You ready, Dish?
Marianne or Ginger?
Marianne or Ginger?
What?
Yeah, my daughter's like, who's Ginger?
Who's Ginger? You have to be as old as Mikey D to know that one.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool though. Hopefully you'll get your battery back.
Yeah, and the funny
Here.
thing is, if I have it plugged in, it works, but then when I go to do certain things, it says, ain't happening. So, I think that the computer, the battery being dead and it just running on just AC power for some reason messes with it. I don't know. Who cares?
Hey, Pensatucky Trapper, I'm just gonna call you PT. Makes my life a lot easier, brother. First of all, thank you for joining us tonight. Secondly, I know of two people from your home state of Pennsylvania that are on YouTube. So trust me, every state's covered on YouTube.
I know Blue's from there.
Huh?
Blue 823.
All right, 3 people.
Wow. Gaining momentum already.
Right.
Yep.
They're not
I haven't
far
seen him around
between
either.
Pennsylvania. They're just quiet about it.
But we were just talking about black bears and brown bears up in Alaska, Chris, and
We got those in Maine.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have brown bears. We got more black bears than any other state east of the Mississippi.
Yep. And no, well, because what started out the conversation was we were talking about the young kid there that died in whatever it was, bus 251 or whatever the hell it was, Chris, whatever his name was, and how ill prepared he was to go out in the woods. And remember that chat you were on? And I was in the comments, and you guys were sort of talking about stuff like that.
Yep.
And I mentioned that night that you guys were on the chat to these guys, and it's amazing that he went out. He even tried to go out there, and he's in Alaska, where things change on a dime. I mean,
Right.
any woods are difficult and not easy when you don't have the proper tools. And you just compounded that by about 100 times being out in Alaska.
Yeah. Yeah, the most wild of places that you can go,
But kudos to him, like Dish was saying, right, Dish, when he shot the moose with the 22. But unfortunately didn't know how to smoke the meat or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
I've never seen the movie or read the book or anything. I've only partaken in conversations, so it's kind of like I know all the mistakes he's made because people have made examples out of
him.
him, and so many discussions have been spurred on because of it. But in my opinion, there's only probably about. I mean, it's tough to say because I don't really know, but probably only about 10% of the people who actually go out. I'm not just talking about day hikes or whatever, I'm talking about say a 3-nighter or more in a place like that. It's probably only about 10% of the people that are actually, prepared, thoroughly prepared for all the situations that can arise in a situation like that. It takes years and years and years and years to build those skills. You can read all the books you want until you're faced with them, then.
Right.
Exactly.
Especially in the wet conditions.
Oh, yeah.
Wet and cold. I mean, what's Alaska get? -40, -30, whatever the heck it is. I mean, come on. You're not living in a top, like I said before, you ain't living in no top tent without a wood stove, or you're not going to make no lean-to and have a long fire when it's 40 below. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You can make it, you just ain't going to survive. We were talking about that earlier, Chris. I just don't see. I don't know why people. What would possess somebody to even try is beyond me.
Yeah. Well, it sounded kind of like the guy was a little bit,
Off.
Eccentric.
Yeah.
Good
to
word.
Put it politely.
But and then I was talking about the show alone, with which now I found out they were all YouTubers. I didn't know that. I just thought there was like 5 or 4 of them, 5 of them. But they're smack dab in the middle of mountain lion, wolf, and bear country, and the only weapon other than a knife they have or a hatchet they have is a can of friggin' bear spray. No.
Yep.
Not doing
Bear
it.
horns, bear spray, and flares.
Yep. They have them this big to be able to do that. Because I just wouldn't. I don't care what my skill level was, being as great as those guys' skill. You know what I'm saying? skills aside, I'm not going in there without a decent weapon. I ain't going. It's just nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, can I ask a question real quick of Wyndham?
Go.
Sure.
Are you the guy that works out back in the lean-to? You worked with your son on making some mallets and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yay,
we just did that
that's
video.
cool. I didn't recognize it first. I've been watching so many videos, I'm losing my mind. Awesome stuff, man.
Wyndham
Great.
Woodcraft, meet Stalker Steve.
How you doing, man? Nice to see you.
Yeah, well, that Mike said it a little while ago. The last time I was on a chat with Mike was probably about a year ago, and that's I think where I met you was the chats. Same with Dish as well. Like I don't have a lot of YouTube time right now, and it just so happens I'm out here in the shop, and I'm like, you know what? I'm hunting around on my cell phone, and I'm like, wonder what's going on.
Right.
And then I see Mikey's chat, and then it's like, oh. What are the chances? Mike's having a chat, and I'm actually awake.
Right?
Well, you do some great videos, man. I love that family stuff.
No, thanks, brother.
Yep. But Dish, welcome back, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to break the momentum. You were talking about being prepared.
No, it's all good, brother. It's all good. Yeah, no, I just wouldn't do that thing without being prepared, without having everything you need. When I mean everything, I mean if I know I'm going into, like if I'm going to Alaska, okay, like that kid did. All right, I'm going to Alaska. Okay. Nothing probably less than a 44 with me. Okay. And obviously that means you're going to need at least a box or two of ammo, right? How long are you going to stay? You know what I mean? So you need everything in a company, everything. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not taking a day pack and I put it on my shoulder and say, "See you, bye." I mean, that's just dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that guy even started out on the right foot.
And don't do that leaving from Michigan to Virginia either. Just don't do it. You need one who's just a backpack.
Well, you gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy in the head to go from Michigan to Virginia to begin with.
No shit.
That'd be good. That'd be like going from Maine to Massachusetts.
Oh.
You don't go backwards. You know.
Exactly.
You know, and hey, let's not forget, we were nice enough down here in Massachusetts to let you guys in Maine go back in what 1830 or the hell it was. So
1820, Brad.
1820, was that what it was?
Yep. Yeah, we used to be Massachusetts hat.
Yep. Look how cool my state would have been if we had Maine, huh? Holy cow.
Yes,
Yeah, that's who we were talking about there, Fuzzy.
The only two states in the union that celebrate Patriots Day, Maine and Massachusetts.
That's Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think the only reason Maine celebrates is because it was part of Massachusetts.
Because it was part of Massachusetts, yep.
But hey, Shaker, how you doing? Good to see you. Who else did I miss? Anybody? Hey, PT, you're 100% right. Even well-trained locals disappear out there. You're right, they do.
Right on. Oops.
Dude, I wouldn't even. I'll tell you what. I don't know if you knew I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Mass. Actually, I just said it, so you do now. And there's plenty of woods out here for me to play in. Okay. Even if I was going on let's just say an overnighter, I'm not going out there. Again, I'm not going out there with a day pack. And here in Massachusetts, it's so densely populated that I could probably only have to walk, well, depending upon where I am. But even out in the Mount Greylock area of western Massachusetts, out on the New York border, I don't have to walk that far to get another human being or a house or a cabin or whatever.
Right, nice, CC.
But I still wouldn't go down. I still wouldn't go without the proper gear. It's just silly.
Right. They used to find people in the swamp in Louisiana that just wandered off the highway. First, it was really weird. The first thing they would find were their clothes hanging in trees and stuff, and then they just disappear.
It's odd. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Good night, CC. Thank you for coming. Ooh,
Right
Sasquatch. That'd be nice to catch.
You'd be
Well,
famous if he didn't eat you.
Oh, they got one of them some bitches up in Maine, too.
Was hilarious. Donner Pass helper for the frontier-minded folks.
Or an Thanksgiving.
Same old people soup. This is getting old.
What?
Recipes
absolutely,
for the
Good. What is it?
I was just messing with Fuzz.
Yeah, but anyway, I hopefully people can learn from and not just think they can do all that stuff.
Exactly.
They're just setting themselves up for a injury or
And there's such a big difference too between going somewhere and trying to like do a long-term survival or a long-term living situation and then just trying to survive. Like,
Right.
anybody in this chat room right now with the will to live and the basic know-how that we all have could get by for 3 days, 7 days, just on our know-how. Just that's the stuff you can get by with by reading a book. You know what I mean? And having the knowledge in your head. But when you're going somewhere to live, you're not surviving. It's a
Right.
whole different tactic to the game.
Yeah, long term.
Long term is it's like the difference between Morris Kahansky said it the best in some of his teachings and whatnot. If you go up to the middle of nowhere in the Yukon Territory at one of those villages where you got to take a brush plane into, and you go up to a native that is in 87 generations have lived there, and you ask him, how do you survive? He'll look at you and he'll say, what is this survive that you're talking about?
Right.
They were born there. They lived there. I mean, if you're going to live somewhere, you better be studying the guys that live there. You better you hang up the Alone Show and your all your favorite YouTuber channels to learn your information from. You're going to live somewhere.
Hey, fat man.
Hey, fam, you got a link, my brother. Chris, I don't know if you can see the outside chat or not, but the fat man says, I don't believe good old Chris Wyndham. He has a private clone army testing out survival skills. And that he does.
Yeah, I just started watching his videos. Good stuff.
I'll tell you what, like, I've said this to people on here before, that, when, I'll leave the house at, 5 o'clock in the morning, and when I'm going hunting, and I'll tell my wife, hey, listen, this is where I'm going. This is the time that I'll call you when I get out of the woods. If you don't hear from me, then something happened. And just to back it up with her, because she'll forget that I told her, I'll call my kid brother that sometimes hunts with me, and he knows the area that I hunt in, and I'll let him know where I'm going to be hunting and stuff. You know what I mean? And I'll text him when I get out of the woods also. And that's just because. That's just being safe. That's just being, Hey, HNRE, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, Indy. Indiana Patriot, how are you? But
Batman, craziest thing happened. I just happened to misplace my spider coat.
no,
And I've never, ever, ever, ever owned one.
one of the guys.
Funniest thing.
One of the guys at work didn't believe me. So I had to show him. But
God, I feel so dirty.
So we were talking about different things, And so he said, "Hey, next time, why don't you tell them that you lost your car?" I goes, "Stop being like that." I goes, "Come on now."
Indiana's going to Ohio.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to go to Ohio?
Oh, right off the tip of my tongue.
Do you know there was nothing in Ohio except for bales of rolls and rolls of hay and porn shops?
Porn shop.
I'm going to be honest with you. No word of a lie. I drove from Massachusetts to Ohio. All right, I went down to Southern Ohio, in Chillicothe, Ohio. Okay, it's like a 15-hour drive.
Yeah.
As soon as we came out of Erie, Pennsylvania, and hit Ohio and went south,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not joking. First of all, everything's flat. It's flat. You can stand in your house and see San Francisco. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible out there. It's so flat. But, I mean, I'm talking big rolls of hay, like you see, you know what I mean? Like,
There's some Amish in there every now and then.
Yeah, 30, 40 feet in the air. I swear to God, they're huge, right?
Yeah.
And like we have package stores up here on every corner. Let me tell you something. They have a porn store on every frickin' corner that there is, and I'm like, really?
I've seen a lot of the truck stops and stuff. Adult, like world's largest adult bookstore and things like that. Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, I want to stop and get a soda or something, but like, no.
Here's something that was weird about Ohio. I was taken a long way back from Cedar Point, actually the water park by Cedar Point, and found a cave to go tour out in the middle of nowhere in Ohio.
Cool.
So, and it was actually pretty cool. But you think cave, you think mountains and hills, and nope, went straight in the ground.
Christopher, really? Yeah, Ohio. Oh my word! Why would you want to go to Ohio? You can do yourself a lot better by coming east and visiting New Hampshire and Maine.
They got a good college team there, Mikey.
Yeah. But you gotta come and see Mount Washington. You haven't seen nothing till you see Mount Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful up there. Beautifully cold too.
Right.
I get a kick out of they have a bike rally up here, well, in New Hampshire, and and it's like the Father's Day weekend. Well, it's the week, but it ends like Father's Day. So it's really not, super, warm. Although there has been days that it's, 80-something degrees or whatever. Anyway, guys are getting on the bikes and they'll be like, come on, we'll go drive Mount Washington. And you want to talk about being prepared?
Yeah.
They got their girl in the back. She's in a spaghetti Harley Davidson shirt, with the Daisy Dukes on. He's in a T-shirt. They're not even halfway up that mountain yet. And she's like this.
Oh, yeah. That's a rude awakening.
Okay. No, we'll tough it out. We're bikers. We'll tough it out. We'll tough it out. You get to the top, and she's like, forget it. Her lips are blue, and she's like, people are like, you better go put something on. You're gonna die. It's
right on.
40-something, less than 40 degrees up here, with the wind and everything. They don't think. You're going 6,280 feet up. It's cold. You know, I laugh. I just laugh at them.
Hypothermia is a real thing.
Yep. I can only imagine Katahdin, right? They must do the same thing at Katahdin.
Well, there's not a single paved road anywhere near that mountain.
Oh, you can't drive. You can't drive Katahdin like you can in Washington.
Oh no, no. You can drive to. There's a campground, Roaring Brook Campground, and it's about a 3.2 mile walk to the trailhead. But I mean that's like a 18-mile dirt road to get to there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the middle of nowhere up there.
Yep.
But yeah, we went in August actually to go along with your story, Mike. We're in there in August, and at the campground, we're hiking the mountain so we could cast my friend's ashes who passed away.
Mm-hmm.
There was a huge group of us, 12, 14 people. 78 degrees in August. Dry heat, just beautiful weather. Pomola Peak is the first peak that you'll come up to, and it peaks out at right around 5,000 feet. We didn't get halfway up to the peak. We're probably right around 3,000. It was already down to 42 degrees. So, literally a 30-degree drop in temperature.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and this is in August, so half the people that we were with, I mean, we had rain shells on and such. And I would have kept going, and not to pick on gals, but there were some gals up there that they were in shorts, they didn't have wool socks on, they had no hat, no mittens, no jacket. A hoodie is not going to cut it at 42 degrees, and you're still climbing,
Well, that's girls. They're never prepared anyway, right, George?
Right.
The thing is, the people who were whining the most were a couple of the guys there, so just want to make sure I added that one.
Oh, no, we can pick on the girls. Right, Tish?
Right. Sure.
Nice cover. I'll
It's
give you
amazing,
that.
isn't it? It's amazing. Mammoth a couple times. I'm lost out here, and the comments keep going too fast out in the external for me to catch up, and I'm lost anyways, because it's
Right
Friday.
on.
You guys know that. It's Friday and I'm lost. Lost in space!
Wow, flashback.
Right. And I forget, what was his name? Anyway. No, I wouldn't even want to budget. 7,000 for 7,000 foot of. Well, no, I'm good. Can I drive it?
Yeah, that air gets kind of thin too, I bet.
Yeah, and for a guy that's supposed to pack in half a day, those aren't. That's the thing that bothers me that I smoke, because there's so many things I'd like to be able to do and I can't. Well, I can. It's just taking me too long to do them.
I think the air is thin down south, guys. People down here are really slow.
Oh, that's slow, all right.
It's the heat. No, I figured it out down south. They move slow because winter ain't coming.
I don't mean move slow. I mean.
No, yeah, that's no.
Dirtle, dirtle, dirtle.
That's why I keep telling you everything. This is why I love where I live. All right, or the area I live in, I should say, right? Everything up here is beautiful, and
Mm-hmm.
down south, it's all relative.
You have the damn guinea pigs.
I mean, the south is nice. Don't misunderstand me. And
Right, group.
I'd love to be able to visit one day and get down south and visit. But I'll tell you what. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm from here, but I am biased. I don't think you can find anything better than New Hampshire and Maine. Well, other than Alaska, but you know what I mean. New Hampshire and Maine is my Alaska, pretty much, because I'll never get there. So,
I know a lot of people that are in Michigan, and I want to I want to hit that state up for sure. See some of that wilderness.
Oh, up in the UP.
Yeah, I mean, even like the western side where that huge friggin' is it like north of Grand Rapids area.
Yeah, but isn't that what it's...
where like John M.I. Woodsman's from?
Yeah, but isn't that where there's no water right now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch the news.
Yeah, that it was Dish. Where was it? What town
Dearborn?
has no water, right?
Dearborn, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dearborn's not over there. That's over on my side.
Oh, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't mind going to see John. I'd go see John and Steve. I'd visit Dish, but she ain't there.
Yeah, that whole drive up the West Coast was absolutely gorgeous.
And Will's up that way.
Everybody's throwing out Manistee, Flint.
Here they. Oh, not Flint. Come on.
But
Timberwookie's there. My
yep,
brother Daryl's
Timberwookie's
there.
But Daryl and Timber. Yep.
Jeez, I gotta
I wanna go
look at search
camping.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I want to go camping with the MI Timberwookie,
Me too.
39 camper, Big John. Well, and anyone else who wants to go there. I am going to Michigan.
Stop by and get me on your way by.
Hell yeah, road trip, brother.
You know, you gotta come this way anyways.
That's right.
It's probably gonna send you out 90 anyway, so you know. Yeah, I would. Wouldn't that be a fun camping trip?
Oh hell yeah.
Are you kidding? With those guys? I'd just sit back and watch that too. I'd just be like, wow, Mikey D's really quiet. You know why? 'Cause Mikey D's the boy amongst the men right now. You know?
It is, you know, I got to say, not being biased or whatever, it is a beautiful state. I mean, we go from flat ground to, you know, not mountains like you guys have, but for us, they're, you know, nice. You know, some rocky cliffs and stuff, but that west coast of Michigan is just absolutely
Beautiful.
beautiful.
And I want to go to Ann Arbor. I want to watch one game in Ann Arbor.
Yep.
Gotta hit Ann Arbor during Hash Bash, Mikey.
Holds like 110,000 people.
Roll Tide.
Thank you, Chris, for answering that question. I figured you'd saw it, but I only seen them on Facebook. So
Yeah, I quit Facebook. I'm a friggin' nerd, dude.
I know you did.
I don't Facebook anymore. I don't watch television. I hate television. I don't watch the news. I hate the news. So
I hear
people
that.
talk about this shit, and I'm like, what? Unless it's happening between my house, my work, my kids' school, or wherever we happen to be going that weekend, I
Right.
honestly don't give a shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I care about my friends. I care about my family, and I hate to hear about bad things, but screw the world. It's all so friggin' negative and fake.
Right.
It makes me sick to watch the news.
Especially the news. The news is the worst.
Yeah.
You know, and we were talking about this before about watching TV, and like I said, you know, I only watch the Alaska shows. You know, and that's it. And my sports, but
Yeah, I mean, I watch sports, and I like
I
the
won't
show
watch.
Alone. Now that that's back on, I'll watch
Yeah.
that.
but I won't watch. You know, I'm not watching. Like, I'm just too lazy to get up right now to change the friggin' channel, and I can't find the remote to begin with.
You
'Cause if I-
follow the Kardashians, Mike. Don't freaking lie to me.
Because, like, you know, I'd say clicker, but they make fun of me if I say clicker, you know what I
The
mean?
clicker. Yeah, we don't even put the on the end.
Right?
The clicker.
The clicker. I messaged him Probably maybe a month ago. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Same here.
I try to do at least once a month. Twice a month, just to keep up, just to make sure I don't, you know what I mean?
Phew.
Because there's a lot of people on here that aren't on here anymore that I wish I could keep contact with, but I can't. So, because they're not on here anymore.
Speaking on here, where's GI? Did he just pass through?
No, he's away on business, so
Oh, okay.
he couldn't come in. But I forget the other gentleman's name that we used to. Thanks, HNRE. But that would be cool though, right? We can go out and go fishing with the Wookman and Daryl, and except, hey, Wook, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what the rules are. I'm not catching a 5-pound bass and throwing it back down into the ice just because you people up in Michigan can't keep bass during the winter. That's the dumbest rule I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, we got some goofy seasons.
That is the stupidest rule. Chris, have you ever heard a dumber rule? One of Daryl and Wookie's ice fishing videos, I forget which one he has caught it, Wook. Which one is it? Was either you or Daryl. And obviously, duh. But, right? How bad was that, Mike? They caught a bass, Chris, right? And they're ice fishing. They caught a bass. They had to put it back because they're not allowed to catch bass in the winter. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's the right season. Yeah, it's not bass season.
But you guys can take all kinds of deer every deer season, though.
Right.
Yeah, if you can find them now. We've whittled the herd down to, I think, about nothing. It's getting pitiful.
Hey, Gerald B., there you are. Oh, you over at Johnny's chat? Ah. Well, why don't you come out here and take a shower, stay in this chat now, get all that crap off your body, and stay with us good people.
I even need to take a shower now.
I like making fun of everybody else's chat. Oh, it's all in good humor. Who cares?
Wyndham, I'm going to have to stalk your subs on your channel over there so I can find some more Michigan people, if you don't mind.
Oh, you're a stalker. See, that's your name, right?
Hey,
Go for it, brother man.
you kind of live into your name, you know?
Just be a good one. Don't be a
Ben
mean
from Living Survival too.
Yep.
I'd love to go camp him and his, because he has 2 channels now. I haven't been keeping up with anyone really, but him and his wife, they've been going out because he does reviews on his Living Survival channel, but then they go out and do outings on the other one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know he had.
Pretty freaking cool places.
I didn't know that he had 2 of them.
Yeah.
Right on, gear. Johnny has cheese Danishes on his chat and Mohawks. Michigan Snow Pony is a homesteader. That's cool. I'll tell you what. I watch a lot of people's, like people that are homesteaders on YouTube, and that's a different way of life. I know I'm being Captain Obvious again, but it's so cool though to, I don't know, to me it interests the hell out of me, really. I'd never be able to do it with the kids and all, now. And my, the wife, she'll have no part of that. She wants to go south, not north. She's like, why do you want to retire to Maine?
Who doesn't want to retire to Maine? That'd be awesome.
It would.
Let her talk to me. I'll tell her that. I'll tell her. I'll talk to her. Oh, we got it. I'll change her mind.
But, Mr. Hey, my southern brother, I didn't really see if you answered me. Did you want to pop on and say hi? I sent you a link. Oh, seriously, Dish? Really?
Yeah.
Oh. That's too bad. It is, Gerald. It is God's country. Oh, Gerald, hey, Mr. Wyndham Woodcraft, sir. You have another fellow Mainer here.
Maina?
You got another Mainer.
Who's a Maina?
Gerald B. out in the comments. Gerald
Nice.
B's a Mainer. Guys, give me 1 sec. The wife's calling.
Now, how the heck is Stump and Daryl 39 Camper sub to Gerald B, but I'm not? Well, I got you now, Mister.
I actually held still for you.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
All right, I'll ask you guys because, again, I'm kind of out of the loop. How can you tag someone or notify someone? Like, say you do a video, you do a shout out, or you want them somehow to get a message that you mentioned them in the video or whatever. You used to put a little plus in front of their name and whatever, and it tagged them. But how do you? Is there any way to do that now?
Wow.
Yeah, that's all you dish.
I was just gonna say that tagging them in on G Plus is usually what I do. Otherwise, I mean, just going and PMing them. You know, if they don't look at their messages, they're not gonna know. So.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the thing. Like when G Plus used to be attached to YouTube. And right in the video description, when you're like uploading your video, you could put, plus, Mikey D.
Exactly.
Stalker Steve. And then the second you hit upload, they would automatically get a message or whatever. Right. Or if someone mentioned you in a comment, you just put a little plus in front of your name in a comment, and you would get a message saying that someone mentioned you in a comment automatically. And it was great because I could keep up with what people were doing. Like, I don't have time to go and check and see what 100 different people are doing, and it sucks because I want to know what 100 different people are doing.
Right.
But who the fuck has time to do that,
Yeah.
It gets crazy.
No, it does. Hi, Tyler. Hi, Partisan Gorilla. How are you?
Hey, here's another YouTube question. It
What?
seems that my videos are only getting seen by my subscribers.
Yeah, make them public.
Huh.
Because you'll probably only have, there's like two or three different settings. There's private, there's public, and then there's in your circles.
Right.
So you probably have it set, but just in your circles.
I'll look.
Make it public, and then anybody can see it.
I think I hit public, but I'll check. It's either that or I'm not a star.
You're a star. You're a much brighter star.
You're a star, right?
Than any...
Gerald B says, Mikey, I think sometime tonight some critter is going to find out what double odd fuck 3.5-inch load looks like, feels like. Nice!
Uh-oh.
Nice.
See, that's the other reason why I love the state of Maine, right? Where else in the state of Maine can you go at 1 o'clock in the morning, fire a weapon, and not get in trouble?
Right on.
Yeah, I used to do that too when I used to live in that one state.
Oh, yeah, the state you don't live in no more?
That one, right. That one.
Yeah, and at least in Wyndham, as long as you're 100 yards from another residence, you can discharge a firearm.
Yep.
Now, they can still call the cops if it's after 11 p.m., but chances are ain't no one gonna give a crap.
Nope, especially up where he is. He's up on the other side of, he's like north east of Bangor.
Bangor?
Bangor.
Really? Barely do I?
Bangor. The radio station down here. It's 105.7 FM. And it's called WROR. And they do an email from EFIS from Maine. Oh my God, every morning they do one. It's, Chris, you gotta listen, it's the funniest thing in the world. It is awesome.
Right on, Shaker.
No shit.
See ya, Scott. Take care, man.
Good night.
Boy, there are all kinds of people in the audience that I'm not subscribed to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
like
I am now.
it's like a smorgasbord.
Yeah, poor Shaker's had his tires stolen twice, and just, oh my god. It's just not fair.
Pack up all your belongings. Move up to the mountains.
Alright.
Absolutely. It's just. I was saying this at work today. You know, like where I live, right? There's like 35,000 people in the town, right? And you can't get out of people's way fast enough, right? If I have my hood up, let's say I pull over, I got my hood up on my car, right? On the side of the road or whatever. Around here, people will go by you at 80. You know, and not even. I go southern, central New Hampshire, southern, central, northern Maine. Okay, and maybe not like in Portland, but I'm thinking anywhere else, people are going to stop and ask if you need a hand.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
You
something
know-
to do when you see the hood up. There's some action going on over there.
Yeah, you
That's
know, I mean,
Yeah, down around Detroit, the bad guys will pull over with their hood up, and when you stop to ask them if they need help, guess what?
You
It's a
just
damn
helped them
shame.
out.
but I don't know. It's just the two different ways of life, I guess. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
It's so few
Yeah.
people too, and I think that makes kind of a difference. And because I don't want to pick on any particular state or whatever, but where
I
you
do.
go, well, we know you do. But if you go to an area where there is, I don't want to say an area, like a region, we'll say, where there is a ton of people. You know, there's only 1.3 million people in the whole state of Maine. It's, you know, it's very sparsely populated, and about 3/4 of them are in the, if you look at a map, are in the southern part. So go to an area the same size as Maine, but stick it over like New York. There's
Right.
whatever, 10 times more people. And I think it's just harder to be nice to people when there's too many friggin' people.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Totally agree with that.
Oops.
I don't know. I just.
Cobra.
At the Cobra Cabana.
Well, that's the terrible name, Tranthony. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
What's that?
Tranthony. That's just a terrible name.
That's a real name.
I'm thinking it's probably a troll, but I'm not positive.
Oh, okay. Well, say goodbye.
I was going to tell Weapons, if you go into your other channel and sign in here, people can sub to you.
This is a
Because
channel.
there's He said Croton Bushcraft, but there's a lot of other Croton Bushcrafts. I don't know which one it is. So
What is it, Bushcraft?
Croton Bushcraft.
Ha!
Right there, I put. Well, that's what he said it was called, anyways. Croton Bushcraft, but there's more than one Croton Bushcraft. I don't know which one's his. So.
I just subbed you, Dish. Thanks.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
So if you see any double subs, you know it's me.
You can't double sub me, but that's awesome.
Be a big dork written right beside my name.
Hey, Joseph Cooper. Stop typing with your toes, Greg. You can
Right.
type better.
I'm sorry. The wife is.
Does she not know that it's Friday night, Mikey?
Oh, she knows it's Friday night. She's working.
It's important night.
Oh, and look at that. Damn it. See, I haven't been paying attention to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
At 11:30, Ed texted me and said, "Yeah, why?" And he's probably fast asleep now. Damn it. Darned.
What you working on there, Wyndham? He's not hearing.
He's sorry. He can't hear you.
Right on.
He doesn't want you. You're from Michigan.
Yeah, but I'm a woodworker and I see all his clamps and stuff hanging.
PG, you're hilarious.
Oh, he cracks me up. Hey, Steve, he'll be in the woods 20 minutes and make a friggin' spoon or a knife out of a branch.
I think I've watched this video.
Takes me about fucking a month.
Yeah. Is he the guy? Hey, let's see what we can make out of this.
Oh, yeah.
There's a spoon.
Yep. Hey, Greg, what's going on? I'm sorry I didn't see you. I didn't see that you came in. How you doing? I was actually looking on maps to find seeing about a house. So. Absolutely, Gerald B. You don't want some nitwit from Massachusetts moving up there and bringing their ideologies from Massachusetts to Maine. I am with you 100%. It's not fair, it's not right.
There he is. What the heck you working on back there?
Just realized that my friggin' computer is pointed at the ground.
Dish?
Cooksa! It's friggin'. It's heavily figured rock maple though, and it's dry.
Oh boy.
So it's a friggin' bitch to work with. But it's gonna make a nice friggin' cup. That's for sure.
Thank you, Dish. Yeah, you guys have that. You guys have that knack. I don't have that knack. I wish I did, because I want to try it, but I just don't want to embarrass myself.
Well, the first thing you do is start a nice little bonfire out back.
Yeah, well, he did that. Chris did that to the Thor hammer he made. How's that smoke in your eye doing? Oh, and he's talking. His microphone ain't on.
Right. No, I was talking about that's where all your boo-boos go. So nobody sees them.
Yeah, I've thrown a lot of carvings into the wood stove. That is for sure.
Hey, Real Cobra. Oh yeah, hey, Real Cobra. If you don't, trust me when I tell you, that's beside the point. in all seriousness, no. Chris, do me a favor. Write something out in the external.
Oh, okay. What am I doing?
Hey, real Cobra. Not much, buddy. It's Friday night, but Chris is gonna write something out, and he's just gonna type. Check him out. I'm telling you, it's amazing what he does with the stuff. And he's got people like me. I'm out hunting, and I see burls, and oh, squirrel. I need a knife to get that burl off the tree. And it's like, I'm like, these guys, they fill my head with this information. It's just funny because it's like, yeah, I knew what a burl was before, but I never knew that what people do with them.
Right.
And now I'm going through the woods hunting. Like I said, I'm hunting. I'll be sitting there hunting, and I'll be looking, and all of a sudden I'll notice a burl on a pine this big, and I'm like, oh, that's too high. I can't get that. And I'm like, pay attention.
And every time you go out in the woods now, you look for chaga, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it on public property where I can take it and not get in trouble. So the main, what do you call it, guys, will leave me alone.
The guys on the TV show, Northwoods Law.
No, the bigger guys than them. Border Patrol.
Ooh.
My son and I went camping up in Eustis, Maine. And long story short, he was doing it because I was telling him to help me with it. But we were trying to take this piece of chaga off a birch, and they showed up and they said, I can't do it. I'm like, why? It's a tree. And they said, well, didn't you see the big huge sign when you came up the road? And I said, no. Now you can camp here, you can hunt here, you can fish in here, you can do anything you want. You just can't take nothing off the property. And when they mean nothing, they mean nothing. So I had to leave. Beautiful piece of chaga too. Chris, Gerald B wants to know, how dry should the wood be before it's good to work with? I'm assuming the burl.
Well, the beauty of burls is that the grain is so, sporadic and twisty and crazy that it's extremely stable even when it's green. And it's always preferable to carve wood. If you're using like traditional carving tools and not like power tools, it's always preferable to carve green wood because it's so much easier. And then you just got to be careful about the drying process because you just don't want it to dry off too quickly. So if you, like, say you rough carve out a bunch of spoons or whatever out of green wood, take all the shavings and the chips that you take from that wood as you're removing it and throw them in a big 1-gallon Ziploc bag and throw your spoons in there. And you don't have to Ziploc seal it, but just leave it in the bag so that the moisture slowly leaves the wood, and that most of the time that'll keep it from checking.
Right.
And then just douse the living hell out of it with like a mineral oil or butcher block conditioner as soon as it's done carving, and that'll keep it from cracking.
He said, Chris, Gerald said he's got a bunch of chunks of cherry firewood that's been left around.
I love cherry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I have a spoon. I wish I had my bags in the other room, but I have a hand carved spoon from Mr. Wyndham Woodcraft made out of cherry.
And that spoon, Michael, came from the same tree. Well, I think my camera sucks right now because I got all this light behind me, but this is chunks of that same cherry tree.
Oh, really?
Right from the backyard. Your spoon came from about, I think, 3 feet north of where these came from.
Yeah. That's awesome. Anyone else still sitting in the puddle? No, that's, did I tell you guys I did start a spoon? It's still in my bag. I did it over the summer. I was just sitting there, and then of course, I stopped because I got the squirrel brain, and but But then I had to go and watch Wyndham Woodcraft's friggin' spoon carving video, and none of which I did. But Chris, you know when you're doing your spoons and you leave the extra piece on, and all, I didn't do all that. It's probably why I'm swearing and everything else, you know. And I'm like,
Right.
my own man's like, Mikey, you just got. And of course, I don't have the proper tool. I'm doing it with a Mora, so you know, a regular Mora. What do you call it?
Yeah.
The one that I always give away.
Companion?
Yeah. So, did I say giveaway? Huh. No,
Giveaway.
but
Don't make me start putting numbers out there.
I know, right? The numbers will start rolling out. But
I'll give away something on your chat, Mike.
what's that?
That I'll give this away on your chat. If
What do
you
you got,
want to
buddy?
do a giveaway.
Let me go back to the. Let me click on you, buddy.
It's not finished yet.
Oh, look at that.
Tyler.
Nice.
It's pretty thin. Not, you know, I mean the bowl's pretty thin, so it's not something that you're gonna want to throw in the bottom of your backpack. But
Here.
you know, it's big enough so you can cook with it, but not too big so you
Right.
can still eat with it.
Oh, that's cool.
That one and this one are the only two spoons that I have right now. Everything else I finished. I just did 3 for Daryl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I shouldn't say anything, but he's gonna have a giveaway pretty soon.
Yeah, I know.
Wink.
I got a text, and I didn't. I still have to. I mean, I already replied to the text, but I still don't know. I mean, I've given away so many knives. I might as well just give away a knife. But I'm gonna make it a doozy for him. Though. That's awesome that he's doing that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, he's gonna give away some really nice stuff in that giveaway.
Yeah. All right, you guys with the numbers, relax, will you? Oh, Gerald was thinking about making a set of grips for his Colt Huntsman 22 long rifle because the only things he can find for it are cheap plastic. There you go.
Yeah, gotta love the cheap plastic.
That's and Greg's right. That's an awesome project to make. I mean, it's
amazing. Like, have you guys ever heard of Rockler? It's like a woodworking store, you know. They have all
All the catalog all the time.
Yeah. So I'm in there the other day, and I'm just picking up a few odds and ends. And you know how knife making has been popular for a long time, but it's really becoming popular in our YouTube community.
Yep.
And I think locally it probably is too, because they had all kinds of knife stuff there, you know, like, you know, knives that all you had to do was basically glue the friggin' handles on, and they had just the handles, and they had just the friggin' pins, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. I couldn't believe how much that shit was. Holy moly. Like, they wanted, you know, 2 little knife scales, tiny, like, it would probably be about the size of the handles for your firearm. They wanted $15 for them.
Oh yeah.
It's like 30 cents worth of wood. But if you don't have the material, you know, if you don't have the tools to manufacture it down to that size, I guess you're screwed. But
you get into the moose bone and the deer bone and deer antler and the moose antler and elk antler and all that.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
buku dinero.
Yep.
So yeah, as soon as I'm done working in my shop, setting things up, I think I'm just gonna make knife scales for Rockler and friggin' retire next year.
There you go.
Yeah, I tried to go in there and buy some basswood to make my fur stretchers, and it's like, are you crazy? It was ridiculous.
Oh,
how much
yeah.
I wanted.
Yeah, I picked up a couple of blocks of basswood. I don't know, around Christmas for my son to mess around with whittle or whatever, because it's wintertime. I didn't want to go hunting around in the woods for it, and little blocks of wood, 2-inch square, this big, were like $8.
Right.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, here's the one that really pisses me off. You ready for this one? It has nothing to do with wood, but I'm just talking about things that piss you off. You go to fill up your tire of air.
Yeah.
Something that you breathe every day. You ready? 75 cents to get. Are you kidding me? You're charging me 75 cents for something I breathe. You're an ass.
It's
And
a
on I
buck
go.
here.
It's
I
unbelievable.
was just gonna say, 75 cents, man. That's a bargain. The
Unbelievable.
friggin' one at 7-Eleven on Congress Street, Mike,
Yep.
has a friggin' credit card swiper on it.
No way.
Yeah, it's like $1.75.
Unbelievable. Isn't it something? That's just.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And half the time, those little baby compressors they use won't even fill up your tire to pressure.
And they're not using that much electricity that they need to charge that amount of money for the amount of people that go through there.
Right.
You know, that's why it just makes me mad. Everything's gone. Everything's got to make a buck. Got to make a buck. Make a living, yes, but Jesus,
Right.
you're selling a piece of wood for $8. Really? If that's the case, I'll cut down every friggin' maple, oak, ash, and start selling chunks on friggin' Amazon.
Right.
Oh, you don't have birch out in Arizona? Hang on. Here's an 8-foot piece of birch. Now send me $300. You know what I mean?
I think all the money is in the 6-inch chunks.
Unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah,
So
there
Mikey
you go,
Dave.
Gerald.
What's up, brother?
What do you have? What do you got planned coming up for outings? Anything in the wilderness department?
Well, I'm still trying to get a hold. We're still trying to touch base with WCW, and because he had to go up, and he actually did an outing with. Well, it was a planned one, but he did an outing with Derek, the maid guide.
Sarge?
With Sarge doing the Woodsman School and Guide service. And right now, because I can't do it in June, I have more graduation parties. I go one for my kid, and and hopefully he'll be going in the Army, so there'll be a going away party for him for that. And then all I got a couple of nieces and nephews, like 5 of them graduating.
Wow.
And then I have a college graduation, so June's gone. June's history for me. So I'd really like to do it a lot before that anyways, because, that's when all the people are out there,
Yeah.
But we're trying, and I told him that you wanted to come with us for us to just give you a heads up. And
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Even
So-
if it's just a fishing trip to the friggin' local pond or whatever, just to hang out, that would be cool.
Yeah, we want to do that too. We want to go salmon fishing.
Hey, the Dutch Knife Guy is coming to the
What-
States at the end of June.
Okay, but where's he been?
I think I don't want to say he's retreated from
Is he
you.
okay?
but- Yeah, a bunch of people. They're not so much into making videos anymore. But
Because I've been looking for him, and I haven't seen nothing off him. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I didn't have all the joke around YouTube about the Spyderco and Mikey losing his knife. That's the one that was part of his 400 sub giveaway
oh really?
that I lost, and I felt like a total ass. And I have to listen to people for the last whatever make fun of me.
Forever.
You
That's
know,
all right. Good souls like the Fat Man. We'll watch out for you.
Fat Man, car carrier. They're great. Car carrier did it too.
Nice.
But yeah.
But he's gonna be coming to Maine, dude. Like he's gonna be landing in Boston. Pennsylvania Shane, I believe, is gonna be picking him up, and then he's coming to Maine. So
Wait a minute. So Pennsylvania Shane and Mark, the Dutch knife guy, are going flying into Boston, and they think they're going to drive 95 without stopping here and seeing me? They're out of their mind.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm going to send a message to your wife, and I'm going to be like, on this date, you need to expect your husband to disappear.
Yeah, I will too, because you know she won't come with me. I'm sorry, but she won't. She doesn't. My wife's not the. I love my wife to death. Don't misunderstand me. Dish knows this, but she just doesn't get the whole YouTube thing. She doesn't understand that. She just doesn't get it. You know what I mean? Or otherwise, I would have, you know, I'd have her in my videos and everything else, you know?
Yeah. Well, my wife's the same. When we went to Pennsylvania and we actually met a bunch of other YouTubers and went on that hike, that's when she finally it clicked.
Oh, really?
Ah.
Yeah.
There's actual real people out there that are actually friends, and they're actually awesome. And I said, yeah, there's freaking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. It's just an awesome freaking community to be a part of.
It's amazing.
Oh, it is. You know, it's like she said to me, she says, and how many people have you met off YouTube? I goes, 2. And she goes, you have? I goes, honey, I told you about both of them. And she goes, oh yeah, you did. I go, yeah. I says, but hon, you got to remember, the only reason that happened is because A, I was driving through Chris's town, well, sorta, and B, him and Ed are like sorta local. I says, everybody else I chat with, they're either in the South or they're up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people used to be from Michigan, now they're from wherever the hell they're from. They moved from Michigan, where you can go and shoot deer, right, to frickin' North Carolina, where you can't even shoot a cat, let alone go shoot a deer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get it, Chris. It'd be like me loving the woods so much and saying, you know what? I think I'll move to downtown Crossing in Boston so I can see an animal or two. You know? Although downtown Crossing's really kind of a cool place, but there's still no animals. But yeah, you're right, Cobra. There is a bunch of wackos, so you do have to know who you're meeting and all that. You are 100% right. But Cobra, the 2 people I've met is Wyndham Woodcraft and Working Class Woodsman. And neither one of them, well, they're whacked, believe me. But in a good sense. All right.
We're the happy kind of wacky.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wacky in a good way.
Not the scary kind.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I lied. I met 3. I met Sarge. So,
Yeah, Derek.
I had a great opportunity ice fishing with him in Working Class Woodsman for the day, and that was a lot of fun. It made Dish wicked jealous. Haha. But
yeah, for sure.
So I get this text. Well, did you text me or whatever it was? And oh no, you commented on the video.
Yeah.
Look at you, you're out there with Sarge and WCW. And I almost wrote back to you. Did you want me to get his autograph for you?
Would have been nice. That picture of you and him together would have been nice.
Yeah. No, but he's a cool guy. He is. And that's why I love this. It's like they are who they are, you know what I mean? And this is why I don't know. This community is cool. I just. It really is. You know? Really,
Yeah, right on. You never know who you're going to run into.
You know? I mean, you know, look at all the work Michelle did helping other people she's helped, and, you know, I don't know. It's just, and other people have too, you know, but I'm just using that as an example. But I don't know. It's really, It's really, really cool. And you get to see like Wookie and Daryl fishing and hiking and all that. And no, Cobra, I ain't gonna start crying. I'm just, I just think it's really super cool. Is all. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
I'm friends with a ton of people in the UK, and I mean, obviously it's totally different because it's a different country, different culture, more or less. But I mean, they're still all the same kind of cool nature enthusiasts that we are. But they can have some freaking meetups over there because, for me to drive to Pennsylvania, it's 9 hours. That only gets me to Pennsylvania or Western Pennsylvania.
Right.
They drive 9 hours. That's like driving from Scotland all the way down to London.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people in between point A and point B, so they can get droves of bushcrafters together all at once, and it's just so friggin' awesome to watch their meetups because you'll have 30 friggin' YouTubers all together at once, like at least once a month.
Right.
It's like to do that over here in the U.S., man, the airfare totals would hit the freaking $500,000 marker before you got 30 people together.
I mean, but that's like when you guys went down and with Parker's Ridge and
the bushcraft meeting.
Yeah. I would have, if I had, because I've already put in for my hunting time, but I didn't have any time, vacation time at work. I'd have loved to have gone down there.
That was a good time, man.
That would have been super cool to go down there.
I mean, I knew, and that's the thing, like, you hop on a plane, you spend all this money on airfare, and your luggage consists of your camping gear, which is weird, and you're going to meet a bunch of people that you've never hung out with before.
Right.
In friggin' Mississippi, of all places, like the deep south. So, I mean, there was this little bit in the back of my head, and Shannon too, my wife, she's a little apprehensive about, like, we know that this person's going to be cool and this person's going to be cool, but I hope that that guy and that guy and that guy are
right.
At least sane. I'm not going to mention any names, but when we went down there, everyone was so fucking nice, and they couldn't have been more, that southern hospitality, that's real. That's the real deal.
Too bad Tish hasn't learned any of that yet, but maybe someday she will.
I doubt it, Mikey.
No, but you're right, and that's why I said to you, it's too bad, we could, even if we couldn't get, somebody that, people from the south or what have you, even if it was just like, the people up here from New England, like, Deranged Survival and, Working Class Woodsman and Sarge and,
yeah, Eric and I have talked about doing a meetup. We were talking about doing it in the beginning of May, but
it's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, well, you have younger kids. I have younger kids. It's hard, and but that would be cool, though.
I think the key for the first time we do it is we're not going to make a big production out of it's the New England Bushcraft meetup. We're just going to be like, we're going to pick like a neutral, campground that has lots of primitive camping, tenting and hammocking space, and just be like, hey, we're going to meet here. If you're interested in coming, you pay the normal camp fees or whatever, and some of us are going to just be hanging out at camp, and some of us might go on a hike, and some might go fishing.
Yep.
Come and hang out type of thing,
Right.
Like, I was pretty impressed the way that the guys at the Bushcraft Rendezvous put it together, because they went all in and, They had friggin' signs made to direct you through the friggin' campground, which was huge and beautiful.
Right.
They had T-shirts. They
Oh, that's
had all
awesome.
these events planned, and I was like, "Damn, you guys went
That's
all
awesome.
out."
Well, it's the other thing though is like, so I'm watching some of the, you know, like I watched yours, Donnie's and Jason's and who else? But anyways, of that, and obviously I never had a meetup like that before. But even like when I went ice fishing with the guys, right? I wanted to do some filming, obviously, and I did a little bit, but we were just like shooting the shit, and
Right on.
we weren't thinking about doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like I'm surprised you guys had enough. You know, you guys did what you did anyways while you were down there for videoing. You know?
I mean, we really didn't. Yeah, I mean, when I was all excited to film everything, like you said. You know, like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna film this, I'm gonna film that, I'm gonna make the most epic meetup video of all time. And as soon as I started actually getting settled in, and we were talking and just shooting the breeze, and Mark frickin' scouting free from all the way from Germany
Right.
was there. The last thing on my mind was sticking a camera in someone's face. You know, it's like I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to like go and check this out and check that out, and not be like camera,
Right.
you know. And there was enough people around there doing that I knew that, like, you know, all the good moments would be captured one way or another. But yeah, it's pretty epic to meet like people from around the world. You know, Mutt NC drove like 14 hours to get there. I was like, damn, dude, that's commitment.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep. Well, that's why I'm saying it's just. Oof. And even the hike you guys did out in Pennsylvania, I mean, that was cool. You know,
That was a lot of fun.
you know, everything. It was all cool up until the time of the lobsters. Other than that, and it wasn't so cool.
These ain't no Massachusetts lobsters. I gave you a little dig on my my question answer video, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, did you?
Just
Thanks,
a
pal.
wee little one. Just
Thanks, pal.
no problem.
I'll have to watch it tomorrow because, like I said, I only watched the one. And,
Oh, I can't post it because my damn computer's
oh,
crapped
that's
out,
right too.
so. Yeah, I'm gonna have this weird delay in my channel, I guess, but whatever.
But yeah, no, but you know, meeting up with people, I just think it's just really cool. And there was some that I thought that I would want to meet, and now, you know what I mean. But there's still, you know. No, I want to, you know, we're gonna have to do something, whether it's hiking, like you said, whether it's hiking, fishing, or something, because, you know, Dish is stuck down there in some godforsaken southern state. She can't even. She hits, dude. She hit. She's the only person I know. When she goes hunting, she kills mice. I don't know. It's just, you know what I mean. And I'm not lying, am I, sweetheart?
No. Night, Indiana.
Good night, Indy. No, but it's just be wicked cool. But
Yeah, it's awesome. We'll definitely. I mean,
yeah,
because people act. I don't want to say people act differently on their YouTube channel, but there is definitely a big difference having a sit down. Like when I'm sitting Saturday night, I'm sitting next to Donnie Pavellini, who is a funny bastard. I will tell you this. And he's telling me stories about, we're just shooting the breeze about work, you know, but he's doing it in his Donnie Pavellini way, and it was like I was in a movie. That's the best way that I can describe it. You know, we're all in this big circle around the fire, everyone's having these conversations, and it's like, It was like the friggin' Twilight Zone, dude. It was crazy. Like, 'cause no one was going, and this flashlight has 1,000 lumens, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, or, this is how you tie this kind of knot. It was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went down to the grocery store and, saw this and that, whatever, and it was just normal friends having conversation.
Yeah.
It was cool.
But I mean, that's like when when we met. I knew, you know what I'm saying. You get that feeling.
Oh, yeah.
And when I met working class woodsmen, I knew that it was going to be the same way. Like when I met you.
I think we might have
poking-
terrified the people behind the counter at McDonald's that night.
I know, right?
Some of the conversations we were having.
We went from A to Z, but when I met Sarge, I had a feeling about that too, and just a great. It's really just nice, and he's straightforward, straight shooter.
Yep.
Down to earth guy. And, that's what I mean. So the three of us sitting there shooting the breeze, and they're talking, and I'm just sitting going, "This is cool." Not that we're together, but I mean, the conversation we were having about, and then he's telling me about being the main guide and all that, and when it comes to that stuff, I'm just you know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of information. He's full of a lot of information.
Well, I felt the same way. I went a couple times that I've gone up to the main primitive skill school, and I actually took one of the courses that Jim Kane was teaching.
Yep.
Pilgrim Bushcraft, and he used to be an instructor at the Pathfinder School. And then I went up another time, and Chris Wick and Brian Manning were both there.
Oh,
They're
really?
both long-standing, and
Pathfinder guys. Yep.
I mean, whether or not you agree with, the Pathfinder system, or whether or not you like Dave Cannery, doesn't change the fact that those three, they know a lot of shit. And Derek's, right from that, same kind of lineage or whatever as far as YouTube's concerned. And I mean, you could just sit there, you could ask him anything about anything in the outdoors.
And what's his name? It's from Massachusetts.
Yeah, Jim's from Massachusetts.
Right, like 2 towns from where I grew up.
But but all of them are freaking goofballs, dude. They're funny as hell, and they're just picking on each other and cracking jokes, and that's the kind of stuff that you don't get from watching YouTube videos. Is like seeing the real. That's why I like those
behind the
those question
scenes.
answer ones.
He stayed in a yurt, right?
Who's that?
He was in a yurt for a while, wasn't he?
Oh, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah. He built. Well, it wasn't really a yurt, but it was kind of like a cloth house in the woods of Maine.
It's unreal.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people at that school, Mike, that live in the woods
See, that's
year
awesome.
round. I mean, they're.
Well, what's
they
his name
help
does, but
instructors.
he doesn't he have to go back and forth to get his son, right?
Right. But he's up in Maine now, I think, full time. I don't think he has a house in Mass anymore.
Oh, okay.
Hey, P.
P. NASCAR, how are you? It's a 13-hour and 20-minute drive from my home to Boston, Mass. Google, which means I could make it in about 10 hours. Now add, if it's 13 hours and 20 minutes, now add another 35 and you'll hit my house, so you might as well just call it 14 hours. Because I'm 30 miles north of Boston, 35. Right on the Cow-Hampshire border.
God's country.
Yeah.
I got to do the East Coast.
Beautiful area.
It's the
I'm
only
not just
place-
saying that because I live here.
It's the only place I really haven't been in the U.S.
It's got to be kind of a destination, like you go there for a specific reason because
Right.
it's not on the way to anything.
Exactly.
I mean,
Well-
Maine's the only state in the whole U.S. that is only bordered by one other state. And it's just freaking trees, you know. And rocky coast, like if people who are landlocked, if you want to see some beautiful friggin' ocean, New England has
Cold
got
ocean, by the way.
it's crazy. It's
Cold
beautiful.
water to boot. There ain't no
Oh,
warm
that's the
water
thing.
up
Yeah,
there.
you don't go swimming in the ocean,
Hell no.
but it's pretty to look at.
You want to go swimming in the ocean, you can get on the Cape mid-July, late July. Other than that, stay out of the ocean.
Scoop away the slush and
Oh, it's
take a
just
little quick dip.
you come out and you're red. It's just like, or you're
Yeah.
pink. You know, it's like whoa.
You know
Yeah,
how
I-
kids
You know.
don't feel the friggin' pain. Like when you were a kid, Mike, you went in there and you played and you swam and
Absolutely.
you went underwater and it was no big deal. We were down at OOB last year and Aiden had his cousin up from Florida who grew up on the Gulf Coast, and that kid was horrified
Oh
about how
yeah.
cold the water was. You know, Aiden splashing around, having a jolly good time, woohoo, yahoo, and his cousin who's from Florida is just like, dude, you are crazy. I ain't going near that water. I think it was 51 degrees that day, the water temp.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, I stuck my toe in Superior before, and that was about as far as I got.
Yeah.
That was some ice water.
Yeah, it takes your breath away, man.
Bunch of posses.
Yeah. Let me tell you,
Guilty.
I ain't doing it.
Well, even Lake Michigan is pretty damn cold unless you can find one of them
Oh,
nice
yeah.
shallow coves.
You're so silly, Steve.
Well, I'll tell you what. Ever since I went through the ice, cold water's just I don't do cold water a lot anymore.
No,
Even-
that's a life-changing event right there.
Even
Yeah.
when we go to the Swift River up there on the Kangamangas Highway in New Hampshire. I mean, that water is frigid cold, and the kids be like, "Dad, you coming in?" No, I'm good right where I am. It's just too cold to enjoy yourself, really. But when I didn't mind the cold so much, you know, I'm down in Tampa, you know, a while back, many years ago, and usually we go swimming to cool off. Get on the water in Tampa, it's like 73 degrees. It's like, what am I taking a bath without the soap? I mean, Jesus. It's like way too warm, you know, especially in the Gulf,
Yep.
you know.
We did the same thing. We went down there for vacation, and I think it was in April. And I think the water temperature was even warmer than that. I think it was like 78. We're all in our bathing suits, you know, the girls got their bikinis on. Look this way down the beach, no one. You look down that way, no one. Everyone's looking at us like, why the hell are they in the water? Those people are freaking crazy. You know, they're all dressed in like jackets and we're
Those
like,
tourists.
Yeah, and we got people up here that pray for hurricanes so they can surf on the waves. You know,
Yep.
we got the last hurricane. What was it, 3 years ago? The residual effect, because it didn't actually hit Maine, but the residual effect was given the surf a nice high surf, and we were down in Cape Nettic, which is on the other part of York, I guess. But these guys, they were in what do you call it? What do you call those suits? Like a scuba diving suit, whatever. And they were surfing, but they come out, they're shivering. You know, I mean, it's just. And I gave them credit because they were on Rock Beach, and they call it Rock Beach for a reason because it is all rock. And I'm like, you're surfing into that. I'm good. You know. Landlocked here. Oh, you're landlocked? That's too bad. I feel bad for the people. I actually take it. Well, I don't know, Chris, if you do, but I do take for granted I'm not landlocked. And I mean, there's people that haven't seen the Atlantic Ocean before or the Pacific Ocean. Really? You haven't seen an ocean? Really?
Right.
There's people too, Mike. There's another one. Yeah, because I'm the same way. You know, like growing up on the waterfront, and you just it's just what it is. You know, you don't think of it as being anything special. But we were talking to some people who I can't remember what state they were from, but you know, like one of the big agricultural states out west.
Yep.
That's just flat. And when you're on the highway, like you'll come up over just a gentle hill at nighttime on the highway, and you're trucking at 80 miles an hour, and you'll see headlights come up over the hill in the distance. And it'll be 20 minutes before you guys
meet.
That's how flat it is. And they did not like Maine at all because 90% of the state is covered with trees. You can't see 10 feet off the road.
Right.
It made them claustrophobic. They were like they needed to like be somewhere where they could see everything, and that just doesn't exist around here, you know.
Nope.
So that's something else too that people take for granted, you know. It's
and you know we were talking about you know being prepared and stuff. When you get into that dense woods, if you don't have a compass, you are screwed. You are not finding your way out of there. Unless you can hear vehicles or something in the distance, you're not. There's no way. I was taken back by how dense up there in Eustis and in Rangeley where I go hunting, how dense a forest that really is.
Oh sure. Once you get into some of those real thick, like the spruce thickets, you know, I mean, you walk in there and it blocks the sun out.
Yep. And it's amazing because the deer walk through there. You know, some other form of wildlife will walk through there. It's like, if they fit, how come I can't? Because you're getting your gun cut, your hat's gone now, your jacket's getting cut off. You know, you're like, what's on my eye? You know?
Those were the days, Mikey. It's like, where's my other pair of those $40 gloves that I just bought the birthday? My right glove, damn it.
Yeah, I know what you did. You just started the gift tree on the spruce back there about 10 miles.
The gift tree, right on.
You know? Yep, because the next hunter coming by, oh, there's a gift. Thank you. You lost your gloves.
What's all this crap on the barrel of my gun?
It amazes me to watch those elk run through the woods. It's like, holy smokes, how do they know?
Gerald B., that's where I want to go. I want to go to a place where my compass won't even work. Take me where I won't hear the traffic either, Gerald B. Because even when I go hunting up in Rangeley, I can hear the trucks off in the distance. During the day, at night, you can't hear shit. But during the day, you can.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's a few places in northern Michigan where you can go and you actually, it's so quiet when you're bow hunting, you can hear the snowflakes coming down and hitting the limbs and stuff. It's weird.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the bad thing is the deer can hear your, like, sleeve make noise, you know?
That's why sometimes it's cool hunting down here in Massachusetts. I call them urban deer.
Yeah.
You know? They're used to the traffic, they're used to noise, they're used to dogs barking, they're used to people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Human scent and everything else. So, do I have a small aluminum boat? No, I don't. I don't own a boat. Do I own a boat still? No, I think I gave my canoe to my cousin. I did. I gave all my stuff. Because right before I got married, I didn't know I was going to get married. I had tools at one time, Not a whole mess of them, not like I had enough to have a tool shed or anything like that, but, enough to get by and tinker with. Gone. I gave this to one. I don't need that. I'm never going to have a house, and now I'm 48 and getting a house, and I think I got a hammer and a skill saw.
The last survivors.
Oh, and I have a Spyderco knife, too. Actually, I have 2 Spyderco knives. Check that. One for each hip.
All right,
There you go.
Yeah, don't wear those into the thick brush, Mikey.
Oh, hell no. No.
When I went up to New Brunswick, Canada, and was camping with Cull Craven Bushcraft,
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that video or not, but my friggin' Benchmade got taken right out of my pocket. The friggin' branch went right up under the clip, and it was just dangling. Well, it was closed, but it was just dangling there. We went back the next day, and it was hanging. Cull was actually the one that spotted it.
Lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Telling you, they call them gift trees. Thank you. I'm telling you.
I love that.
But think about it, more people that are in the woods. I don't give a shit if you're hiking, hunting. I don't care what you're doing, camping. You always leave something, whether it's a hat, whether it's a gift tree.
Yeah, my best find was just about a brand new, fully functional Gerber multi-tool. I was like, I'll take that, thank you.
Hell yeah.
And half a mile. You want me to carry a boat a half a mile? Brother, did you see my ice fishing video? I dragged a sled behind me with a backpack on and I was dying. You want me to carry a boat a half a mile?
I'm gonna go, Mikey. I'm tired.
All right, we'll probably be gone in about 15, 20 anyway. But
All right.
hey, thanks for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. Night, everybody.
All right, good
Bye,
night.
Dishy.
Bye.
And I'm looking forward to seeing my name getting called out, Chris, in June for the Moose Lottery.
Oh, you put in for a moose?
Oh yeah, I always do. Maine, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I don't have the ambition to go moose hunting. Yeah.
Yep. See what
After I
happens.
sold my four-wheeler, that kind of like...
Well, New Hampshire's talking about only giving out 78, so
Wow. That's slim.
that's real slim. Last year I think it was 104 or something like that. The population, I don't know what's between the ticks and everything else.
Well, we've had some rough winters, man. And,
Oh yeah.
you know, that's the thing, too, that's kind of interesting that, speaking of Michigan, and as I've talked about hunting a lot with Daryl, because he's been an avid hunter over there in Michigan for his whole life.
Yep.
If you look at a map, like, as far as the latitude lines, Michigan and where we're at in New England, they're about the same.
Yep.
But the weather pattern that we get is just, it's volatile. It's different. That's our winters are severe, and it's amazing how, if your average temperature is just 10 degrees lower, in the winter or whatever, how big of a difference that can have, and the effect that it has on all the wildlife. As far as the food that's available, so on and so forth. And I mean, we're fortunate that we have some of the best, biologists that work in Maine, New England, New Hampshire, or whatever, and they keep track of it. But the more and more people there are, the less habitat there is, man.
Yep.
That's the main thing.
Well, and Gerald B saying the Maine dropped their moose their moose permits down to 2,200. You know, the weather, it's like this year here, well, up here in the Northeast anyways, was an unbelievable green winter.
Right.
Pretty much. I mean, so maybe between, maybe the deer, maybe they'll all grow, because they were able to get more food. They were able to
avoid predators because there wasn't 5 feet of fucking snow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
Oh, it's all good. A buddy of mine was telling me last year he was snowmobiling up northwest of Pittsburgh. Well, he was in Pittsfield, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. But he was northwest, like almost into Maine. And he said you wouldn't believe. He says 20, 30 dead deer, easy.
Oh, yeah.
He says, Mike, that snow was so deep. Even, he said, you can see they're walking in the snowmobile track, and that was deep. They were sinking through that, And
right. Yeah, our upper peninsula got hit really hard a couple years ago, and the deer still haven't come back. They limited hunting up there big time. They really got devastated.
Huh. Gerald B said they said so that the tourists can see more moose. They can see all the moose they want. They just got to get off, Route 1.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, there might be 2,200 moose permit, but they're not all for one spot. It's zoned off. So, they only let so many moose get taken in each zone. And sometimes, like, for instance, your area in Eustis, it's a very popular area to go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're pretty lucky if you get a...
Dallas, yep. Dallas Plantation, yep.
You're lucky if you get a moose permit for that zone.
Well, funny you say that, because last year they didn't have one. And they didn't have a doe lottery in that section either. You could, if you got a doe permit, you're lucky enough to hit that. You couldn't get one in that. I think it's 7 is the number, and you couldn't hunt up there for those two. Actually, Joe, I'm right off 16, just not your way. I'm west, Rangeley, so it's literally right on Route 16, the cabin.
Yeah, they switch our doe season around all the time, county by county, zone by zone.
And what's funny is that we got more deer down here. They're giving away extra doe permits and everything else,
Well, that's what they've been doing here for a couple of years. When we supposedly had the TB scare, I think it was more insurance companies for the car hit, is what I think what drove it. But they just hand out the doe permits left and right.
Chris, that video that Eric did in Massachusetts, the Blue Hills, they opened up deer in there. You can actually hunt in there now. And
nice.
Yeah, because they are everywhere. They are tearing. It's just nasty in there. They are just way overpopulated in there right now. But you got everything's called a lottery.
Yep.
Nobody was denied one. You were just told when you can hunt in there, when you couldn't hunt in there. That's all. Because it's trying to appease the people, obviously.
Oh, speaking of lottery, I got to look when to put in for my doe tag.
Well, I don't have to put in for mine until July.
That sounds right for here, too.
I put in for it in July, and then September. Mid-September, the extra ones go on sale for $5. So I usually get 2 more. So I usually wind up with 3.
Right.
I haven't filled one in 2 years.
Right.
So.
Well, I said this before, I don't know where, but that's the one money I don't mind handing out because it kind of goes back into the, getting more property and stuff.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. They
You know.
buy up as many acres as they can, and so you can hunt, trap, fish, hike,
Right.
Yeah.
camp. And what I like is that they don't necessarily turn it into a wildlife management area. They'll because you can't camp in a wildlife management area. You can't do a lot of things in a wildlife management area.
Right.
Outside of hunting, you can hike. That's about it. You can't do an overnighter there. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can with permission, but you know what I'm saying. It's not.
Right.
The sportsmen are the one that is, they're the. And that's the thing. Like, not many people realize it. Whether you're an avid hunter or not, the truth of the matter is that it's the hunters, it's the people who buy the fishing licenses, it's the people who, are out there doing it. They're the ones they're supporting an entire industry for people, like you said, Mikey, that just come up Route 1, the tourists to come up Route 1.
To get lobster.
You're right, to get lobster. But, if they want to go hiking, if they want to do this, they want to do that, I mean, all that revenue that is generated from hunting and fishing is how it's all maintained,
Right on.
I was up in Maine getting up at what do you call it? Speaking of Route 1, Kittery Trading Post.
Yes, sir.
On my way to Maine last year to get my license. And the girl, I says, how much the license is this year? She goes, I think it's like 119 for a non-res. I'm like, okay, cool. I says, that includes the wildlife, whatever. She's like, yep. So then I bought something else. She gives me a change. I don't know. It was like $10. No, $8, whatever the hell the change was. And I said to her, can you do me a favor? She goes, what is it? Put another donation in there for the wildlife thing, will you? And she just looked at me. She goes, you guys all do this. I goes, what do you mean? She goes, a lot of you hunters always take the change and say, put it into the wildlife thing. I said, because it only helps,
Right.
And,
Sweet.
Right. It's probably one of the only funds, so to speak, that's kind of a state regulated, controlled thing that the funds are actually used for what they're supposed to be. They're not being like misappropriated for all the crap that you don't want it to have, to go to. It's like it goes to exactly what it's supposed to.
Right.
Man, the last time I was at Kittery Trading Pros, they had more boxes of 22 ammo than I think I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. People, I can't find any 22. I go, where the hell are you looking for it? Because
Well, that's the thing. Everyone goes to Walmart.
Right.
It's like, but I mean, there was no limit. Boxes of 550, 555 boxes of 333, like a whole aisle of it. I was just like, I mean, I didn't need any because I've been well stocked for a long time, but I was just like, wow, and it wasn't the price wasn't jacked. It's like that. I could spend $500 right now on this 22 and turn around and put it on friggin' for sale online and make, quadruple my money,
Oh, Gerald B's only been there once. Gerald, it's a good time. I like the Kittery Trading Post. Of course, you're way up there anyways, but past Bangor. Oh, past Bangor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Yes.
I support my local gun shop, but you got to stop in the Kittery Trading Post every once in a while.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'll tell you where I don't really like to go so much is like Bass Pro. To me, Bass Pro is like going to a mall when you can get the same exact thing from the same exact manufacturer for $12, $13 less.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus the crowds.
Well, that's the thing. My my wife is from Freeport.
Yep.
Just so happens to be a little store called LL Bean that has been there for a few days. So when they put in a Cabela's, just down the street, it was kind of like, that just doesn't seem to make sense, but they're still open. I mean, you go in there and you have this enormous warehouse. I mean, it's beautiful. It's actually a really nice store. Cabela's is.
Yep.
But I mean, there'll be 20 people in there. And it's the size of a friggin' warehouse.
What's
You
that?
go up to LL Bean
Scarborough?
any day of the week, and there's 300 people in there.
Is Cabela Scarborough?
Scarborough, yeah.
Yeah, well, exit 33 or something. Yeah, whatever it is.
They're actually putting in a Bass Pro Shop in Westbrook, I heard.
Really?
Yeah, be the first one in the state.
Yeah, Bass Pro is usually my last ditch effort to find something.
The one in Hooksett, New Hampshire, same like you said, the same thing. I will tell you what I do like about Bass Pro, though, which puts them above, which I wouldn't mind. They do classes on this, that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Reloading, all that stuff. They do it right in the store. You know what I mean? So it's not like you have to go somewhere, drive somewhere else. It's right there, and I think that's kind of cool.
Right.
Our
Bass Pro has a gun range. Do they do that out by you?
That I do not know. I don't know if the Hooksett one has a gun range or not. No, I'd have to look into that. Yeah, Joe goes to one up there, Old Town. Because he's up there.
Old Town, that's a nice countryside up there.
Yeah. Oh, he's up there.
What's the river that runs right through there?
Oh, Gerald, what's the name of that river that runs through there?
I have a friend who lives in Greenville. That's nice countryside up there, too. Oof.
Yeah, when the ice come out of there, March what? And it's usually what? Right about now? Second week in April?
Well, we used to do, every year we used to do a guy's camping trip. First camping trip of the year would be the first weekend in May. We would go up to Eustis.
Yep.
King and Bartlett, that whole trail section around Jim Pond and such, wild camp it. And the ice would still be on the pond first weekend of May. And a couple times we actually saw the ice go out during that weekend. It was pretty awesome. But
well, like when I think I told you this, Chris, but when I was camping with my son, and we were up the chain of ponds in Eustis, and I'm trout fishing, and he says, "Dad, I'm really hot." I says, "Yeah, I know." And the next thing I know, he wants to take a dive into the chain of ponds. I'm like, ooh, this ought to be interesting. I said to the guy beside me, I go, "Hey," "any idea when the ice let out?" He goes, "Yeah, right before Mother's Day." I'm like, "Yeah." Dad. I go, "Yeah, it's cold, and you ain't going to piss for about a week because that son bitch ain't coming out for about a week."
right.
I said, "You're screwed."
Lesson learned.
He's like, "Dad, the water's really cold." I go, "Son, you are not at home. This is cold, pal."
Well, I wasn't going to say it because I don't want people to, take it the wrong way and, oh, you're going to get someone killed or whatever, but we knew that the ice was going out. And, of course, it's guys' weekend. We're up there. We're drinking beer. We're having a good time. We're not roughing it.
Right.
So we get out on the ice and start chipping. And we all had our own iceberg. We got our camp chair set right in the middle of it, 12-pack of beer right next to it, and our poles, and we're just scooting around the pond,
On the icebergs? That's cool.
On the icebergs. It was a stupid thing to do. One of my friends went in. We're only in, 6-8 feet of water, so it wasn't like
Right.
You know, and and there's enough guys to come to the rescue, so to speak. And we weren't out in the middle of the lake either. So now I feel bad. I shouldn't even have said it.
Well, I did that. That's when I went through the ice. I was only in 8 feet of water. Gerald B says the Penobscot.
Yep. Yeah, that's a nice river. I mean, well, I guess it depends on where you are in the river, because you know, industry has fucked all the rivers up. But
Yep.
it's a big river. It's a good river.
As much as we love the paper mills and all them, man,
Yeah.
they hurting it.
Yeah. Right now, I live just off the Presumscot, which goes from Sebago Lake down to Atlantic Ocean in Falmouth, and they're redoing each one of the dams to let fish by. They're putting what is it called?
Fish ladder.
block? Yeah,
Yep.
fish ladder. Thank you. So, and I think there's only one more between me and where the fish are migrating up. So I'm like, shit, man. A couple of years from now,
Yep.
we'll be catching friggin' migratory fish again on the river, which, you know, is just
Yep.
pretty awesome.
See,
Now-
there's your money at work.
Are you,
Yep.
without giving too much away, right? Because, you know, I would never do that to you. Are you in north or south?
Oh, I'm south, yeah.
So, are you over by Moonshine?
Moonshine Signs?
Yeah.
I can't remember where they are. Is that
Right
Main
on.
Street?
Yeah, right at there, like, no, School Street and what's this street that goes
I'm even further south than that. I'm
into
off
Westbrook?
Yeah, I'm off the River Road. The River Road goes right down into Westbrook.
Okay.
I'm off that. I'm in as about far south Wyndham as you can be.
Because I was there a couple of weeks ago. That's when I said, hey, I'm in your town.
Yeah.
Um,
I wish I had gotten that message in time.
yeah, next time I'll have to do it the night before if I knew I was going. But, yeah, you Southerners are crazy, Greg. But I actually felt that I want to go so bad, and Gerald said he'd be more than happy to go with me. You know, meet me up there. But I want to go fishing in Schoodic Lake, and I just
Just one of those storied places, right?
yeah. Well, I'd go fishing anywhere, you know, anywhere that I could just have sit there and just sit there. And usually when I fish, I don't even do it unless I'm with my kids. I don't even care if I catch anything. Usually when I'm with my kids and I'm fishing, I just want them to catch something so they can smile and they can go. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I don't, I mean, believe me, when I went ice fishing, I wanted to catch something because when I mean it was -4 when we get on that ice, -5 or some bullshit like that. It was freaking cold that morning.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys looked a little chilly.
But summertime, springtime, fall time fishing, as long as I'm just relaxed and I'm doing my thing, I'm a happy camper.
Yep. Well, that's it. My son's 7. As long as he's reeling in some freaking bluegill,
Yep.
he's having the time of his life, you know? He'll catch the same damn fish 17 times and he'll be happy as hell.
Right.
I know you need a boat. Somebody told me that too, Gerald, that you need a boat. It might have been you that told me that, Gerald. You need a boat for Schoodic.
Do kayaks count?
Kayak fishing is a ball.
I haven't tried that either. It's got to be different. I watched Working Class Woodsman do it, but it's got to be different, right? I mean, how do you? I mean, you got to set a rig up and all that, I'm assuming.
All I did is bought a little cheap plastic fishing pole holder, the tube type, and mounted it to the front of my kayak, and I just used my ultralight rig. Just stick the handle in there, go to where I want to go, fish where I want to fish, and when I got a paddle, I just stick it in that holder. Cost me like $10, and I had to drill a hole in the top of my boat. But
Huh.
some stainless steel screws, it was a piece of cake.
Next time, just get on the street if you're gonna need that. What I used to use for my surf casting, I went to the what do you call it? Just a hardware store. I didn't even go to Home Depot. Went to the hardware store and I got myself a 3-foot piece of 1.5-inch PVC pipe.
Right.
Cut the half of the end off. You're in the sand. Doink. There's my rod holder.
Right.
You know.
Well, the one I got's got the adjustable angles and crap, and when I go duck
Right.
hunting in it, I can lay it down and it actually holds the stock of my gun. It works as a gun holder too, so
Nice.
it works. It works for me. But yeah, the fishing is different. It's almost like you're in the water fishing.
Gerald
yeah.
says you can kayak, but it can get really choppy. It'd have to be super calm to do it because the lake gets choppy really fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll bounce you around, that's for sure. Now, you see them goofy guys out in the ocean shark fishing in a kayak.
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
That's a different cup of water.
Shark fishing's in and of itself a thing to do. I mean, that's just. And then when you're in a 50-foot boat, these guys are doing it, and they might as well be sitting on the water.
Right on.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know.
I saw a nice little video clip the other day where these guys were catfishing with, just like drop lines where they just have like a float.
Right.
They just throw it in the water. Then they just paddle over, whatever, a few hours later, and they pull up the line. And this guy's friggin' filming himself, and he's got his daughter right behind him in the kayak. He reaches over into the water and he grabs the float and he's pulling it up like this. He's like, "Oh, I think I got a catfish." Big old friggin' jaws come out of an alligator that was bigger than the boat, and his daughter just lost her shit.
Oh,
He tossed that friggin' line and that thing and paddled his ass pretty quick out of there.
surprise.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of freaks me out about, in those areas down in the south. I mean, alligators will eat your ass. They're a reptile. They're not a mammal. They're cold-blooded fucking killers. But
Yep.
you can't see 6 inches into the water because it's so muddy and
Right.
murky. At least in the ocean, like you can look down and see into the water. Like this
Right.
was like you didn't
Surprise.
see alligator jaws until his head came up out of the water.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Nah.
Yeah, them things are a pain in the ass down south. You'll be fishing for a bluegill or something, and they'll sneak up and eat your bobbers.
Really?
Crunch them all up. It's like, you sucker. The little ones.
Chewed him.
Yeah. They're protected pretty good down there.
Everything's protected nowadays. You can't do anything.
Yeah, unless you're on a TV show, then you can catch them all.
Right. I didn't. I told you. These guys know when Steve, I was surf casting with my ex-girlfriend's brother. We were all out. The girls and I. He had his wife and my girlfriend, and him and I were out. They're on the beach, and we're probably waist deep water fishing. Frickin' seagull comes by, grabs my bait, and her brother says to me, "Well, what are you gonna do?" I says, "Hang on a minute." And I went, that's far enough. Whop! Right? I reel it in, I rip it off the line, get my hook back. Right? Now the thing's kibby, and I'm like, all right, so I break its neck, have its misery. Do you ever get that feeling somebody's watching you do shit, right? And
Yeah.
I went like this, and there's the friggin', what do you call it? DRC, whatever the hell you call them nowadays, warden, DRC, whatever the hell they are. You know those are protected. What? The seagull that you're holding in your hand. I go, you got my bait, dude. What was I supposed to do? You were supposed to cut your line. I'm like, oh, come on. It's a bird. Because they're protected. I'm like, dude. Like, only me can get caught for killing a seagull.
I used to work at a restaurant. A guy that came from the Middle Eastern region, we'll say.
Yep.
And so we're back in the kitchen. I'm the dish dog at this point. He's a prep cook, and he's like, we're just talking about things that we like, because he liked all these weird food. And he's like, one thing I really like about Maine is beach chicken. And we're like, beach chicken? What the hell is a beach chicken? He's like, the white birds. And we're thinking, like, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah. He would friggin' try and catch seagulls. Well, he would catch seagull, and he would eat them. I'm like, dude, do you know what those things eat? That is the nastiest friggin' bird on the planet.
Not even if I was starving to death. Not even
Rats
if I
on
was starving
wings.
to death.
Oh, beach chicken's real good. It's real good. Ugh.
No. No, I would. Not even if I was starving to death, because afterwards I'm gonna vomit anyways. I'm gonna lose everything I just ate anyway, so
Right.
wouldn't be worth it. All right, it's to the 2:13 hour.
Dang.
So we're gonna say goodnight. You guys out in the comment section. As always, thanks a million. You guys that were the silent watchers and listeners, whatever you want to call it. Thanks a million. Steve, it's always a pleasure to have you. Dish, I know you're sleeping, but thank you. And my friend, Mr. Wyndham Woodcraft, it's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, brother, man.
Haven't been on a chat with you in a while, and it's good to shoot the shit and see how things are.
Yep, definitely. It's good to see you again, Steve, too.
Yeah, nice to see you live.
And Gerald B, I am telling you right now, Gerald B, if come hella high water, okay, come hella high water, before summer's end, all right, you and I are going to go fishing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. But you and I are going to go fishing. All right? Listen, with that, peace. You guys are the best. And we'll all talk to you real soon. Good night.